get it. All right, welcome back to the To Be Fair Show. I am your host, Johnny P.
Go ahead, bro. It's Q.
And we back. We got a little bit of lag there. That's what happened. But before we get started, I want to tell everybody tap in on all socials at the To Be Fair Show. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. And yo, jump into the live chat. Super chats get read immediately.
It's a fact.
And yeah, we got another good one lined up. I guess I'll kick us off. Should nonviolence ever be the answer?
Let me ask you this before we get too deep into it. To Be Fair Show is now sponsored by Sprint. I'm joking. It's not Sprint. But what level of conditioning should you be in if you are a monk?
Oh, you gotta be damn conditioned. Apparently, these monks,
like if you walking for peace, what kind of condition do you need to be in?
Top notch, apparently, because them niggas done walk from. I know they was in Atlanta a couple days ago. They in Columbia. They was in Greenville. I heard they coming to Charlotte next week, so they walking.
I seen a video. One of them passed out. They was fanning. They were speaking. What language do they speak in India?
I guess that's Tibet. I guess Indian.
Okay.
I'd imagine.
I don't think they speak Indian. All right, but no. I seen that, and they was trying to get him water. He done passed out on the walk. And I'm like, damn. Like,
one of them. I ain't see them.
They don't make monks like they used to.
I ain't see bro.
Make monks great again.
I mean, I don't know how far they normally walk, but I think it's crazy that they just walking everywhere. I big up to them.
Listen,
and they bringing out. And they bringing out
the monks that I'm used to used to set themselves on fire.
That's not nonviolent. That's pretty fucking violent.
Hit themselves in the balls.
Right.
That's pretty fucking violent. That's pretty.
The monks I'm used to. They weren't passing out just walking. They was burning themselves.
Grass or whatever.
Like Tone said, they was hitting themselves in the balls. They was, you know what I mean, like on
the
real
monks
time.
Were doing this?
On real time.
It was hardcore, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
now they out here passing out, walking for peace.
Oh, see, I ain't used to those monks.
Make monks great again.
MMGA.
But all right, go ahead.
But I guess my question, it was inspired by the monks. I've been seeing the peace walk, and I say I think it's a cool thing. They bringing that everybody out. I think peace is something that's an ultimate goal. But we've been like in this country, we've had Martin Luther King and the nonviolence movement, but we see how America operates, and the option of violence is always, almost necessary, almost more important than the nonviolence in order to secure your peace. That's what America's national security doctrine is based on. We do violence in order to keep peace. And my thing is, was nonviolence ever the solution, or was that ever anything that was going to keep people from messing with us or get us the goals that we wanted to? And that's what my question kind of, lies in. Like, can you achieve your goals as a people through nonviolence?
So I guess what I'll throw to you is, has there been any successful change that has happened through nonviolent means inside any country that you think of?
I mean, there's been changes, of course. Like, there's been certain movements and certain things accomplished through nonviolence. But I think in order, like that sovereignty word that we talk about, or being able to, like self-actualization, I think you have to have that option.
And, all right, so my bad. So when you're asking the question, what's the end goal? Like you're saying, was nonviolence ever the answer? Answer to what? So then maybe I can get a better framing.
Well, the answer, I guess for Black people, was that ever the answer for us getting?
All right, so this is framed inside Black people in America?
Yeah, Black people in America, FBA, yeah, I guess you could say. Culture was like that nonviolence thing ever like a proper solution, or only like the answer? Because I look at everybody else, and it's always an option of violence that allows them to, and even on a global level, even take it outside of like Black Americans, but even like there's countries that are smaller, don't have as much, people, but they can, swing, out their weight class based on their level of technology. And
you say that, who do you mean?
Singapore.
Oh, that's who you was talking
Yeah,
about.
Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, Singapore. Yeah, look that one up. Who you was talking? Who you thought I was talking about?
The Carolina Hurricanes. They be swinging out their weight class. Sometimes they go up and they can play the NHL sometimes.
Yeah, okay, I got you. But yeah, I guess that's my question. I want to see, if you think that like there's a way, other than like
and not to keep asking you questions, but so do you look at Black people in America have being only nonviolent pretty much, right? Is that like also part of the framing of the question?
pretty much so, yeah. I think we've shunned away like that because of like a lot of the oppression, and we feel like being violent is something that is more dangerous to us than it is to them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, we look at like our option of violence. We can look at it as a negative. Well, that's why they're going to do X, Y, Z to us, and so we become docile. And I don't know if that's necessarily the right or was the right answer.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know if the Black people typically like, well, because they'll do X, Y. I don't know. All right, and so,
but then I think Black people lean to be no more non-violent because we know the consequences for us are escalated. They're not fair, like I think that's why a lot of people, even like my parents, when they've gone, I think they're more worried about the response to our violence rather than like what it could lead to. You feel what I'm saying? I think people were scared to be violent for a long time.
I don't know. I don't know that to be true. Because it's not like Black people just sat and let the KKK hang them and shit like that. Well, that would be more of like direct violence of sorts. But yeah, keep going.
No, I've definitely seen examples of that, especially like close to my family, but I also seen like those same people also be like, you gotta be super respectful to the police. It's a lot of like they're violent, but there's also like this level.
Why would you be violent to the police? Like, help me understand. Like, I don't understand like bringing the police into it.
Because like there's a lot of police oppression that comes against us and police violence towards us, and so like the same people that would meet the KKK with guns, they don't necessarily meet the police with guns.
But like it's a different. All right, so okay, keep going.
But that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying, but that's the notion of the violence as not being an option is something that's more prevalent versus like there's people out here that like they're not gonna take that no for an answer and they're gonna go amongst and try to get their way.
Mm-hmm.
More so, and I'm just trying to see if that's like ever an option.
All right, I was trying to throw the all the APBs out, so I was just trying to get you to drag along for a little bit. But all right, so your main question is, do I think that Black people in America could
have used violence
to
for self-actualization, to be further along,
violence
be further along in
the American quote unquote
game
imperial powers. What are you asking? Would it have worked?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because do you believe that America is the most powerful country in the world?
Yeah, but I also know it was built on violence.
No, I understand that, but so you do believe America is the most powerful country in the world?
Yeah,
military is the strongest.
Yeah,
and so that's like going against other countries, right?
We talking about our military power?
Yeah. What happens if they turn on any group of their citizens?
But military don't turn on citizens. If anything, it'd be us versus the police. Because the military,
that's not where it would eventually get to. Like we just seen the government,
but like
inside,
but the start would be the police, the people versus the police.
Well, that's where it would start. It's people versus the state.
In the first line of defense,
and then it goes to the country, right? And again, like if you're asking, do I actually think that if all Black people organized and got everything together inside 1960, could they have beat the government and got, what are you asking, sovereignty?
I'm not saying beat the government, but like there's certain, I think like the threat of violence could have gotten better laws passed, could have got us like because even like the Black Panthers, like the NRA is the only time they've ever voted for gun controls in California when the Black Panthers were a thing. So I think like the show of violence or the option of violence is a very necessary thing, especially in politics.
But now it sounds like there was an option of violence within the Black movement, the civil rights movement. So right now,
but I don't think that was the mainstream thing. I think they should go hand in hand. Like we all co-signed the Martin Luther
right now,
and kind of diss the Malcolm, especially in most of my life. You know, it was always Martin, and I had to learn about Malcolm on the back end. But like, I feel like
you're probably speaking inside the framework of public schooling and shit like that, right?
Or just in the church and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I guess church. Malcolm was Muslim. Martin was
Christian.
Yeah. So that'd be like a cleaner framing of it. But just trying to understand. So your framing of the civil rights movement would be that it was nonviolent, docile, and ineffective.
Well, I don't think it achieved what it went to achieve. Docile, I would take that word out of there.
Okay,
I would
so you
take
the docile.
I would take the docile word.
So just nonviolent.
Was it violent?
I think that there was.
I didn't see it being violent.
I think that there was. So, and this is where, like, when we say violent, what do we mean? Were there riots? For sure. Were there altercations? For sure. Assata Shakur just passed. What was she in the run from? I mean, on the run from?
Oh, because she violence.
Like she
organized militia.
Yes. Like more organized violence, because not just like random violence, because I don't think random violence is necessarily just gonna do it, but an organized violence and a response with violence where like if we're attacked, we attack back and we meet with equal and opposite force. And I think that's something that has been missing from our community. I think that's something that would have been beneficial. And I feel like we had, like you said, we did have options of that. It's just we never mainstreamed it. Like the Black Panthers, the Malcolm X, and all of that. I feel like I said, I learned about that more when I grew up, not necessarily as an integral part of the civil rights movement.
Gotcha. Like
I do to a degree believe like if you just straight up saying like, yeah, we want this, but we ain't gonna bust the grape if y'all don't give it to us. It is kind of like the non-violent thing as far as like how it goes. Like it's like I can't really necessarily say violence or non-violence on either end is like should be the answer, like just to either extreme. It's like, but the option on the table thing, I do understand where you're coming from with that, where it's like the option should be on the table, like, hey, if we got to take it here, we'll take it here. Yeah, so I would say that it shouldn't have really been taken off the table, like just to sit there and say, hey, we're gonna make these demands, but y'all can keep abusing us and we ain't gonna bust the grape.
I think that's the issue, and that's where I'm going. It's just like with demands, like there has to be some kind of force behind it. And like, if it's just like, well, we're going to make these demands or we're not going to get them. Oh, okay. We're going to keep on voting for y'all the next time. And, you know, like eventually, like there does become like, there's no fight back.
Yeah.
And I feel like over the years, that's where we have gotten because of like we've mainstreamed Martin without mainstreaming Malcolm. And so we get that message. And over the years, it becomes okay, we're not going to. Oh, Democrats ain't do nothing for this. No, okay, the crime bill ain't okay. We're gonna keep on voting for y'all, but but there's no like they don't have to do nothing for us because what's gonna happen to them if they don't?
Yeah, I heard this slogan before, and this just
nothing.
I'm just thinking about that. Like, it's a slogan I heard where it was talking about like new things are always birthed out of violence, pretty much. Like even like to like even if you look like at a newborn baby, a baby being born, it's a violent process.
Right.
Like about everything like that comes into fruition that's new is kind of like you see these different countries that kind of different countries came into fruition. They came into fruition through violence. Like somebody went over here, caused the war, was like, we taking this land and this is it.
Destruction.
Violent. So
destruction is like because like that's why we have nukes. We don't have nukes because we really want to shoot them, but we have nukes because nobody gonna fuck with us if we got that option to obliterate y'all.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That option, like that's in our like doctrine of how we operate as a country. The option does make people not play with you. It makes you safer.
Yeah,
but I think.
But
like,
my and I guess if I build it back to when I was asking you the question about us in the U.S. military, I think that what you're saying sounds good and there's truth to it. A lot of what you're saying, The issue is that we are also in America, and which is the most powerful country in the world, strongest military in the world. And what force would specifically Black people isolated by themselves have to actually present violence as a threat to the government? I think that that's like, it's something that sounds good to talk in circles with. I mean, but I don't think that it's a reality.
There's certain like white groups that they don't mess with because like in Idaho, I don't know the name of the frontier, but there's
what do they
like some of these militia group white people that they haven't never put on these terrorist organizations. I think a lot of that comes to do with the threat of violence that they have, and that's why they don't get prosecuted.
What do they? I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, so what are those groups
like
doing?
The KKK? How come the KKK has never been put on the terrorists? Because they're a violent organization.
I don't know, because I think
you don't think their violence has anything to do with why people don't necessarily.
Well, one, I don't think that KKK in my lifetime is like outside committing violence like that with their things on. So I can't really speak to that. I think that why they're not on a terrorist list is probably because of some of the people that are in the KKK are, mask off politicians and different people like that. That's what would make sense to me. But you're speaking about Idaho militias, white militias. What violent threat have they put towards people, and what are their wants that they're trying to get done? Like, I don't know them to be using the threat of violence to get anything done that they're asking for.
Well, they use the threat of violence to not be persecuted. Like I feel like that they're
persecuted from doing what?
From law, like just from being unlawful. Like
what are they doing that's unlawful?
Like, there's a lot of drugs and all kind of stuff that go on in these places, but they don't get persecuted. They don't get.
So are they getting stopped for this is what again? I don't really understand what you're saying. Are you, because like the Hells Angels, they will get stopped and arrested for drugs. They just don't snitch on each other, so nobody really go to jail.
Yeah, but they don't. But people, but like even like the Hells Angels, that's a great thing.
Okay,
law enforcement is very cautious when even approaching the Hells Angel, and even when they get like prosecutions, they don't just run up. But they, like even them doing like the Hells Angels, they know because of how violent their group is that like they have to be careful in even what they're gonna charge them with, do anything with. Like, and that's why they are able to.
Well, it's not so much about any violence when it comes to like Hells Angels. It's not so much just about violence when it comes to like a group like Hells Angels, like you using for example. They know how to back stuff up through paperwork also. They got people who got papers. Like that's the thing. So it's like, okay, we can get gangster with you on paper and we can come beat your tail. It ain't just the violent thing by itself. Like,
I think I think that helps. I think that gives a lot of like caution when dealing with said group. Like a lot of people, if you're dealing with the group, you got to
give me like a concrete answer. To me, what I would interchange the word that you're saying. I don't think violence matters in America. I think power matters in America, and power can be gotten by a bunch of different means. And I don't know if that violence is the American way of getting power per se.
I mean, it is, but I don't know how effective it is
abroad. It is internally.
Ron DeWan said, "Q Lamont Hill and Johnny right now. Violence even in retaliation is what he means, not as an offense."
He said,
"Violence even in retaliation is what he means, not as an offense."
Right, and that's cool. Like, I think that you should have the ability to do those things. I think Johnny, to my understanding, he's talking about getting Black sovereignty in America through means of threatening violence,
and that's not retaliation. Not even like threatening. Like, we're going to do this to get it, but it's like if you play with us, you have to get met with the threat and equal and opposite. That's what I'm talking about. Not necessarily we're going to run into like we're going to January 6th, y'all. But it's like if you come into our neighborhoods and play with us, certain things like you will be met with a resistance, and if it has to get violent, I think that matters more so. And I think the Hells Angels do that. There's a lot of groups that will.
The NOI does that.
Yeah.
The what's the Nuwapians before they sent?
I'll give you the new. I'll give you Nation of Islam. That's one of my. That's why I respect them. Like,
right, but I mean, like
why I respect them.
To give like an example with the Nuwapians. That's Dr. York. Shout out to Mark Lamont Hill. He talked about being inside the cult as well. Well, I wasn't in it, so there's not as well including me. But they had a full compound inside the middle of Georgia, built big pyramids and all that shit. And the government had to arrest him outside of the compound because they were scared of all the armed black men with guns and all this shit. Like these things do exist, and it's not like I understand.
But it's not the mainstream that we operate in. It's in silo. But I think we all operated like that. We would get a lot further. That's all I'm saying. Not that it doesn't exist.
What though?
And I guess this is what I'm trying to understand. Like whatever we wanted, like power. We would have more power as a people through violence.
If we let
or through the threat of violence would allow us to have more power. You don't agree with that? You don't think?
I think that power. I think the threat of power means way more. Again, the Charlotte Checkers, the Carolina Hurricanes, they don't like they can run a country without the threat of violence and be a lesser minority than the group that we're talking about. And
yeah, but you're talking about they're foreign. You're talking about the way they operate in foreign countries.
No, I'm talking about
let's look at they're very violent. Yeah. Over there, they're very violent.
Yeah, right now
they're very violent over there.
That sounds cool. Right now, we're clearly talking about America.
But I'm talking
about what they're doing.
You're talking about the homeland. You're talking about the homeland.
That's not what I'm talking. We're talking about America. We're talking about a minority in America and how they get power. That's what we're talking about. I don't know why we would talk about them over in their homeland. It's like let's talk about Africans in Africa.
They got power
they don't mean nothing
through the violence they've committed over there.
They don't. It's false. They don't have power in America from the violence that they committed over there.
Yes, they do.
Explain it.
Violence.
Explain it.
Well, because like the violence they committed. What about
America's scared of
all the
of
money we send over there? What does it go through? Bombs, their military. All that. It goes to them. The money that we send to them, it goes to their military to help them perpetuate violence against other people.
What does that have to do with them here in America? Them owning Hollywood, them owning the record labels, them own what does that have to do with
violence? Got them that power. That's what I'm telling you.
Not so much. It's also infrastructure.
Yeah, like we're talking again. You keep going to everything that you're talking about is us exporting, and that just goes to foreign policy and why it's beneficial for America to have an ally in the Middle East. Like same thing. What is it? Monroe Doctrine. That circles back to that. Why we're not allowing Russia and China to infiltrate Venezuela. Them having power in America is a different structure. Like what they've done is just it's through the means of capitalism. And they've exploited that, and they've gained power in industry. That's what has happened. It's not through the threat of them having violence against Palestinians. It just don't make sense. Why would America care about that?
But we've created that. Like them winning those wars would allowed us to give them the money. And like their violence.
Why are we care? Like again,
I think violence, like the
threat
of
us giving the state over there the money has nothing to do with the guys that are here that are running industry in America. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why what are you talking about? Like, we understand why it's beneficial for America to send them money over there. We understand that. That has nothing to do with them over here.
And I get it. I mean, you can't use violence like I said as an offense here. It has to be a defense. And like we don't necessarily use it as a defense against like when the police come and do anything to us. Like what happens to the police? They get to go home and like there's no response with
right. So and that's what I'm talking about state violence.
Like the Black Panthers. If police would have come in and tried to do something with the Black Panthers, they would have been met with a certain level of violence, a certain level of resistance, not just people crying and protesting, but they were going to actually go and do something.
Right.
Where like now we don't have that.
And again, I understand what you're saying. Who has gotten power by means of violence from defense in America?
Through means of defense, I think people have preserved.
Right now, if somebody
have preserved there. You could talk about the Hells. There's a lot of groups that have preserved their power through violence. Like you could say the Hells
ain't what power does what's their power inside like the
well they can sell drugs and they can move kind of freely within the drug world. They don't really like a few of them might get knocked off, but as a whole,
so do Hells Angels get arrested? Have they had like big federal indictments and RICO charges?
They've had certain ones, but they've not been taken down as an organization.
Why typically is it that they don't get taken down? It's not that they don't get prosecuted; they just stay on code. Like they're one of the few gangs that actually practice La Costa Nostra and shit like that. Like they don't. They look.
Yeah,
they actually just don't snitch.
I will give y'all that.
Like
they do have more organization.
That's
like
kind of what Tony said.
But the organization, the violence comes with that though, because like they're organized like
violence against themselves. That's how they uphold the standard in a quote unquote code. But again, like I'm just asking, when has any group that you think is in power exercised violence in America after something has happened to any of their people?
I mean, I don't know about but if you're already in power, like I think it's like nobody's done nothing to like the people in power. But I think it's always the people that don't use violence that get stuff done who should respond. But like white people, I mean, like
again, I just don't know this to be an effective strategy in America. I don't know a group that has used this against the government.
I'm not saying go out and attack the government, but I'm saying like, but if the police come in and
be able to defend, I think everybody could.
But if
the baseline is everybody, like every group should be able to defend themselves, I think that we all will agree.
But you should be able to defend yourself against the police, against like whatever. It shouldn't be just defend yourself against each other. I think that's what like black people would do.
But again, I think that's a baseline that everybody would agree.
But I don't think we exercise that because the police come and fuck with us all the time and nobody does anything to them. And I think that's the reason they keep on doing it to us.
Right, but I don't want to go in a circle. But I think it's like I said, it's if black people go to war with the state of America, it's a losing battle.
If we go into war, but if we get oppressed and we respond with violence, I think they would stop.
I think that it's going to be a lot of black lives dead.
I think they would start thinking about oppressing us. I think if we just respond,
but in what means do you look?
And just small, like tit for tat. We'll kill one of us. We get
and then we just kill a police officer.
I think they would stop. I think a lot of that police violence would stop.
I don't think it would stop. I think
a lot of that shit. I think that shit would come to a quick end. It would come to a quick end.
I honestly think stuff would get worse.
I think that's like fantasy talk. Go ahead, Tom.
I think it would get worse definitely before it got better anyway. Like if it was to get better, it'd be like everybody done killed each other off before.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that like it'd be like kind of what debate culture has come to, where it's just each side being able to have points to be like, see, I told you.
Mm-hmm.
See, I told you. It would just be giving them the see, I told you. That's why we need to kill it. That's why they're the most violent. Like all the little talking points that they be having and shit like that.
So we're the most violent.
I'm not saying that this is.
I'm saying according to them, but then we don't want to use violence as a deterrent. But they already think we're the most violent. So why would we just? But they can
use again.
But do they not think we're the most violent?
All right, so let's move into actually putting real actions to the words that we say, so then I can better understand it.
Okay. Well, while we're starting there, somebody did ask a question. They said, "Q, can you define power for blacks as you see it?"
Power for blacks in America?
Yeah, I guess so. Power for blacks.
Like I think that's being able to have a dominant stance inside the game of America, which is capitalism and politics. Yeah, so I think that being able to control industry and or multiple industries, having enough money to influence on a grand scale political action packs XYZ. I think that these are like some of the mainstays when it comes down to what people with power do, and if something happens to said group, they flex that muscle. So we've seen we've seen multiple laws get passed really quickly when certain groups get attacked, marginalized. And it's because of they have typically these things.
Let me ask y'all this, and I don't agree with the boy.
The who?
The example I'm about to make.
The boy, you said?
Yeah, I don't agree with him. He evil.
The boy. Okay.
He should go. But
he's evil. Okay.
How did he not get persecuted for so long?
What
did he use to avoid persecution? Did he not use violence?
Male strippers? I don't know.
He used violence. He was going in and beating up Steve Stout and all of that and stuff to like even on the individual level.
Did he actually have like power?
It was exercised through violence.
It wasn't just the violence. The power was the thing, though.
But
I think the power allowed
the violence is what made niggas realize.
I think the power
is that not like what made niggas realize?
I think the power allowed him to be violent.
Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't work that way necessarily.
Like you could say Suge was more of a closer, like, well, it was his violence first, probably. Like he was a bigger, stronger, imposing figure. That he tried to strong arm more shit. But yeah, Diddy, I think that it was power then violence. It's not even like most of the hits he didn't even like. He ordered them. It's not like he was just.
It's still violence. It's still violence.
I get it.
It definitely like kept, because we didn't know about none of this shit for years, and there was a lot of violence going on behind the scene to keep it that way. And I think that's and I'm saying we work on an individual level, it work on a global, national level, it can work on a community level as well. And we've seen
again. Now give me the like actual real example. So right now, somebody a black body gets dropped in, I don't know, North Tryon unjustly by the police. What's the next move that should happen?
There should be a response team.
And I'm asking, all right, now come on, let's actually walk through this.
Hey, look,
what should happen?
I ain't thought about like how violent we should get. I ain't sit there and wrote out the violence plan, but I'm just saying I understand
it's because it's fictional though.
Of violence
like it's fictitious.
But a threat of violence always works though. Even individually, globally.
Like you don't give examples in America that
Malcolm
actually
and Martin was the example of how the threat of violence goes hand in hand with the nonviolence.
Bro, either one of those movements work.
But like Stop Asian Hate didn't happen because of the Asian threat of violence. Them getting that bill passed was not because of the threat of Asian violence.
I mean, okay. I mean, I didn't say that's the only way. Like, you can't buy your way to certain shit. Like, you can't buy your way.
What are the things that you're speaking about that got passed and done because of the threat of violence?
I think there was, like, even like back in the Black Panthers when we were having like more self-actualization, we had more control over our neighborhoods.
Okay, right now, you're not answering the question that I asked.
Like,
this has nothing to do with.
I would have to go
outside of black people.
Like, I would have to go look up
anybody.
I don't know the answer to the question.
It don't seem like nobody right
but
now.
I could look it up and find examples. I just haven't done. I don't know that specific example.
So off the top of your head, like right at the moment, tap us in. But let us know. Let us know. But you can't point to a minority group that has gained any power through violence in America.
I've told you. I've told you there's groups who have maintained their violence. But I don't know
what minority groups would that be.
I don't know more minority groups. There've been terrorist groups that have used violence to maintain their power.
What terrorist groups are you
KKK, the Hells Angels, those are groups that have used violence. The Black Panthers, I've named three,
Johnny, right now,
but I don't know any others.
No, let's just walk. We can walk through each one so they're not gonna understand. The KKK in the past 50 years have used violence where and how to maintain their power.
I don't know about the last 50 years. I know historically they have used violence. They have seen, my daddy has seen the KKK try to be violent with people. Like, I don't know about the last 50 years, but like historically,
when are we talking about?
Historically, they have used violence to maintain their power. That's all I'm saying.
So because at first it was the minority group, but even the KKK in the past 50 years, you can't point to.
But how you get to decide? What about the last 100? The last 100, you just can't decide the last 50 and use that as the baseline. If you go to the last 100,
you want to go to the last 100?
They have used violence.
So now
a lot
to maintain their power. I don't know that they maintain their. I guess you could say maybe they maintain quote unquote power about stepping on, like enforcing power. But what minority group in America? If we just stick to this, has in the past 100 years, then I love that. I love that. It gives a bigger what minority group has gained power in America through violence?
Nobody. But there have been groups that have stopped oppression. They have maintained their status quo through the option of violence. I don't know any. Who would those be? But bro, I don't know
what minority groups would that be.
I don't know minority groups. Right, you trying to make it specifically about minority groups. Right. My thing is America has used violence, and I'm telling you the different groups.
I'm just wondering.
Bro, I don't know. I gave you the answers.
I got you. So right now, the only group that you can point to is my majority group.
The Black Panthers have also used the option of violence to maintain.
So now let's talk. If are we going to use the Black Panthers or are we not going to use them? Because then we can walk down that, or I can stay with the majority group that you just gave me.
I gave you 3 different groups. That was one of the groups I gave you, so you can use that. Like what's
so? All right, let's finish with that one. Then let's move to the Black Panthers. And I'm a fan of the Black Panthers, but So KKK. So right now, what you have used is a majority group that has positions of power and hide under the guise of anonymity to be able to enforce power, right? So these would be your sheriffs that also have hoods that then inside the county that they run are enforcing power both overtly and covertly. So this just sounds like majority rule, which we already know happens in America, correct?
Through violence.
Right.
But through violence, right?
And again, so
why would they, if they had the power, why would they use violence? If they already had the power, why did they use violence? If they already had the power, they didn't have to because it works. Enforce it. Because it works to enforce it.
Okay, cool. So again, right now we've used the example of a group in power and them enforcing violence. This being a majority group, right? This is the only time that we've ever seen it, and this is the only time we've ever seen this that I can think of in general throughout American history. And then we could probably start going into global history in a little bit. We ain't got back that far, right? But so
but
far,
use violence.
So just
making sure, but you acting like violence doesn't work.
I'm not acting like anything. I'm just setting ground rules and understanding. Don't let me finish.
Violence works. Don't act like it don't work. Like just because
I know that violence works when you are the majority in power. I think everybody agrees with that. I'm only pointing out what you your first example to point out the fact that it's the majority group that's in power that we've always seen that work for.
Okay.
And this is why then I keep asking you when can we point to minority groups gaining power through violence? And so then we said the next example that you said was the Black Panthers. What power did they gain through violence?
They didn't use violence as a number one option. They used the threat of violence to keep people from messing with them. And I think
so. What tangibles did they actually obtain?
I didn't say nothing. I've said they used violence. They didn't gain anything.
Okay, so nothing was accomplished, but you can them using.
You can deter. Violence is a deterrent. You're not going to win anything with violence, but I think if we use that as more of a deterrent, we would have been less oppressed. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But to act like we're using violence to go out here and pass bills and do that, I never said that.
Okay, so
I never said that, but I said,
got you.
But violence used as a deterrent, it keeps people from fucking with you, even if you're a minority group.
Violence as a deterrent will keep people from fucking with you.
Even if you're a minority group, it's been
I don't know. I know power will keep people from fucking with you for sure. I've seen it so many times.
And how do most people get power?
In America, I think that every group besides for the majority gets it through economic means. That's what I've seen over and over and over and over and over. I can give you a bunch of examples of that. I can't give you examples in America of groups gaining power that are minorities through violence. And this is what I keep asking you and you don't have an answer to.
I think my thing
because it's not an answer. Because
okay,
it's not
so the threat of violence don't help you maintain power. The threat of violence don't help you maintain power.
If you are a majority,
as a minority, what helps you maintain power? The violence don't.
I don't know that. I have no
threat of violence don't help people maintain.
In America, I don't know. No, I don't see that happening. I just gave the example.
The military helps us maintain power.
Yeah, on a global scale for sure. Yeah, but I just gave you the example, and this is what I said. Like, just give me examples. I'm giving you examples.
But so
Stop Asian Hate led to the Asian Hate bill being passed, and no violence was ever presented inside the scenario.
But did they? What power did they get from that though? That they already didn't have in America through their economics.
I think that they had legislation that deterred people from targeting them specifically, and they had it done in 2 months.
But who was targeting Asian people specifically?
You don't remember the whole COVID thing? What?
I think that was some bullshit anyway. I don't necessarily agree with
So I gave you an example. Please give me an opposing example.
Asian people weren't ever really oppressed. For them to get a bill,
that sounds good. I think
they got a bill passed. That's not real power.
It's even more credible. That makes it even more credible. The fact that they weren't ever really oppressed in the moment that a couple videos went viral. They got a bill passed like that. That's power. That sounds like power.
It's not power. That's what white people do to this fuck.
Asian aren't white people.
But the reason that passed was because motherfuckers.
All right, so again, Johnny, give me a minority group that has gotten anything passed through violence.
Nothing. Violence don't work.
Right,
we should just be docile and just let people do.
No, again, you just not giving me examples.
Right? Because I said I didn't know, and you keep on asking after I said I don't know. But I gave you examples of violence working individually for people to maintain power,
individually
and globally. Suge, Diddy, like there's groups where individually violence work, globally violence works.
I think everybody understands that if you can bully people that's weaker than you.
Or if
we all understand
that. But even if motherfuckers know I got a bunch of guns in my house, they're not gonna break into my house because of the threat of violence. Right. So it does work, but to act like it doesn't work.
So again, now you're talking about the threat of violence and just simply defending yourself. I think cool.
Even among
it doesn't sound like you was talking about defending yourself. I thought that you were talking about
defense. I've been said defense.
All right, so
responding.
So
to
was
oppression.
the threat of violence good for defense for Black people or progressing an agenda? I thought we were talking about progressing an agenda. You started using earlier. You used words like sovereignty. You use like
it can help
progressive
protect.
things.
It can help protect. I think it can help.
I think if we're just speaking simply defending, we all understand that.
Like violence isn't going to build the infrastructure. You have to do that, but violence will protect the infrastructure once it's built.
Who would argue with that?
Well, that's one of my point then. Like
your point wasn't that. Your point was about like getting sovereignty. Your point was about I said progressive means.
I said was
not
it ever
just
the solution?
Simply defending yourself.
I said was it ever the solution?
A solution to what? Just not having niggas run down on you?
Right. That would be.
All right. I didn't know that that's the only thing that we was trying to get accomplished in America.
It's one of the things we want that too.
You're
so aggressive.
We're gonna go with some comments.
You're so aggressive, big
we'll go with
dog.
some comments, man.
Johnny.
You aggressive as shit, boy.
This is early. I've been trying to get some of these for a minute.
That was a clean box, though. But go ahead.
Has to be actionable items attached to any movement, politically violent, financially violent, etc.
Right. I can agree with that right there. That's where you can exercise power.
I would argue most folks haven't really read MLK. His ideology has been so watered down in order to make him palatable to the masses.
Okay.
Let's see. I already read this. As a defense, not an offense. What he's saying, we read that.
Mm-hmm.
Israel has power because America allows them to have power. They won the wars because we gave them weapons.
Some of them. Hey, listen. I told Johnny this is a joke, but I told Johnny I'm taking a heel turn soon. I'm about to. But listen, we talked about this. If it's one thing for sure, them boys been putting BTA over in that Middle East.
Being violent. They've been being violent as hell.
Yeah, and this was like with or without American intervention. They was putting belt to ass over there. They had what you call it, Johnny, the Nakba?
Yeah.
What that mean?
Disaster, horror. it means something bad. They had 3 of them. They on Nakba 3.
The trilogy.
The trilogy. They put a whole with Star Wars on the boys.
Yeah, it's a lot of belt right there. But again, we do understand that there has been a lot of intervention, and for like the West, it is beneficial to have your people in the middle of the Middle East, and this is a really big piece of why they are what they are.
I'm going to go to a few more. Dominance is 13% is unrealistic. Solvency should be our goal, right?
Say that again.
Dominance is 13% is unrealistic. Solvency should be our goal, right?
Agree.
What is solvency?
I'm glad he said it.
I don't want to give the bad definition. I say Google it. So we can share a screen on this. This is
yeah, because I definitely was about. I act like I knew what I was talking about.
Oh no, I like to know for sure. I say I don't know a word, bro. The degree to which current assets of an individual or entity exceed the current liabilities of that individual entity. Solvency can also be described.
Okay, I got a better an individual business ability to meet their long-term financial obligations and debt.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like we definitely want that.
Oh, he said he think he meant sovereignty.
Oh, okay.
Well, sovereignty. Listen, we already went. What is it? The Monroe Doctrine.
He might have meant solvency though. I mean, like, because he was talking about. Some
yeah.
stuff.
To me, I just took it as like being able to hold your weight.
Well, before that, he said, "Don't you think financial solidarity with the strategy attached would be economic war?"
Well, say it again.
Don't you think financial solidarity with a strategy attached would be economic war?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's who wins in America. That's just my opinion.
That's violence.
Yeah, like if we start going into like the theoretical violences and shit like that, like when the liberals was like, "There's violent language," then yes, financial violence. I think that is what capitalism is.
Let's see. Honestly, from my perspective, I've seen power structures existing because there's something provided that can be taken away or at least threatened to be taken to force order.
Okay.
That is true. Even if you look at like why the United States is able to get so many or its citizens to all fall in line, it's because like our food supply is in the hands, our water supply is everything. Like it didn't used to be like that. You had to go out and get water. You had to go out and shoot your own animals and hunt for your own food, grow your own food.
To David Foster. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I don't like your point, but I like David's point.
Make the same point. Power. You gotta have power. Niggas ain't running down on people. What they will do, and what we've seen the government do, is take away like abilities to where they can enforce more power, and that seems to be like the more governmental way of like dominating the people. Again, like you it sound like nigga used to have wells, nigga used to be able to eat off their own land, and then you got to bring in the FDA, you got to bring in like all these different little government organizations and oversights, in which to an extent there is some need, because niggas was getting that salmonella and all that shit off of bad food and water. But it also gives an ability to control and constrain and consolidate power to people have to all go through one thing, to where you don't need literal violence when you can take away a thing. That's almost been like Trump's POV with a lot of the things, whether it's a tariff thing or what was the shit he just recently did. But like he threatens sanctions often.
The crazy part is this really brings up my whole thing about the digital system again, that whole digital ID system where they're gonna have everything where everybody has to fall into compliance, whether you agree or not, because of the fact that they can turn off anything.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the that ideology is. Like, and I understand the ideology. That's what a lot of it is based off of. It's the idea of like continually stripping freedoms to where.
It's why I'm so against like digital IDs and that whole system that they're trying to set up, like, because it's literally giving somebody control to where they can, like, they already know stuff, but they don't have the control where they can just turn off your whole living at a push of a button. Like when we go into this system, like, and especially with how all the appliances working and your whole house becoming smart and all of this stuff, eventually they're gonna be able to cut you out you can't even wash your clothes. Yeah,
you saw Tesla,
their carbon footprints
like
you can't
Tesla,
use your laundry machine. You can't wash your clothes today.
You saw the dude that did the Tesla video and they seized his car.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be easy to.
They cut his shit off like mid. They said, "Hey, hold on, wait a minute. Hey, what, you put that shit in the video, nigga? Break. Shut this shit down on the highway."
Yeah. So
that's dangerous at that.
So fellas, I guess I'll toss this to y'all and what do y'all think? Call-in section. I think we down one host.
You want to
get down a question?
You want to get some memes in first, or you want to do the?
Because ain't no telling.
Well, because I'm looking at it, look like we close to an hour, right?
Go ahead and put a call in if you can.
Yeah, I'm about to say let's do like a 10-minute call in.
Okay.
And then we'll still have a whole hour for memes and shit.
Oh yeah, fuck it, yeah, let's go.
It's only three of us.
I see what you want to do. You want to get some. You want to get some people in here after that one.
Oh, I need help. Is that what you saying?
Nah, you just try to. You want to gloat. You try to do a victory lap.
Oh no, I hope they give me some opposing opinion. That's not true. I thought that Ron Dwan and Steve they gave some good little points.
Yeah, put that up there.
No victory lap.
But
good.
Oh no, I was gonna ask something else, but no, you got it. I was gonna ask about the meme.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like I said, my statement and my thought in general is that you're gonna play the game and win in America. my main ideology is that you have to win at the game of America. If we're talking abroad, I understand how we use violence to gain power. Here in America, I think that economic means ends up being
but
like how most people exercise
violence has been used against us a lot in this country. I feel like it helped people get power.
All right, we got Steve on. What's up,
What up, Steve? Talk to us.
Hey man, Johnny, you need to do the research and the homework before you get on the episodes for the week, man. You had all week to study up, man. Cue up
no, I didn't. I had about 2 hours.
Come on now,
listen,
man.
This is Johnny question. Johnny had all week. He freestyled the question. That's his fault.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. I just seen the monks last night. I came up with this shit last night. I just seen the monks last night. I was trying to figure out, they peaceful and shit, but like this a violent ass country, and I'm just trying to see like I don't think everybody got what they got in this country just off being peaceful like them goddamn monks, and that's my only point. Is like we live in a violent country. We've been through a lot of violence as Black people, and I think a lot of the wealth in this country has been built off the violence inflicted on Black people.
Yeah, I agree that of course, violence was inflicted upon us, but I think it's also just like not an accurate account of history to not say we didn't defend ourselves and we didn't take actions to free ourselves.
I didn't say that. I said it wasn't mainstream.
Yep. I mean, you can say it's not mainstream, but the slaves who freed themselves started a whole church in the part of the country that y'all in. Like, that's pretty mainstream. If you start a whole section of
that, Johnny.
Oh, we talked about it.
It's a new box.
Steve knows some stuff. He talking right now.
He talking about the AME church. He talking about the AME church.
He done pulled out a new box.
He talking about the AME
like
church.
this when he about to pack you up again.
But I'm just saying, like we
talked about this the other day. We talked about this. Me and Steve.
Okay.
I think Black Americans had a way of proportionally responding to events throughout history. And because we shown an ability to proportionally respond, the means and methods in which they have to use now is a very different means and methods in which just traditional violence don't work no more, if that makes sense. Right. So now you got a governmental system in which you can control resources that go to the community and so forth, so on. Mm-hmm. And I think that, in today's age, there's just so many other ways in which, they can lock you up, throw you in prison. It's so many other ways in which they don't have to do this like physical warfare thing no more, to where it don't even like, what are you fighting? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of, it's asymmetrical warfare now. It's a whole different, battlefield. And, unless we get our politics right, so forth, so on, we kind of screwed, because the U.S. government has a monopoly on violence. Like, people got to understand that. Like, they got like,
this is what I was. That's such a better way to put it.
And they don't use the monopoly,
monopoly on violence.
But shout out to Steve.
But that's what I was trying to explain to you.
Shout out to the I5.
And they are able to use that monopoly in order to coerce not just Black people, but they use it to coerce all of the citizens, because that's the only way you can keep 300 million people somewhat relatively in line. If they didn't have a monopoly on violence, then they wouldn't be able to make you pay taxes. They wouldn't be able to make you send your kids to school. They wouldn't be able to. It's like, it's required for them in order for them to have like this level of order in a weird type of way. They can't create an environment where other parallel groups can equal them, rival them, challenge them, because the system not set up for that.
No, I agree. I agree. And hold on, I'm gonna say something too while Steve on here. Like, you can't get boxed in when you got a question. Like, I had a question. I ain't have an answer.
Nah, Johnny. My question was, that when I get little.
My shit was nonviolence ever the solution? If I have a question, I'm just looking for answers. Why y'all niggas trying to attack me? I'm looking for answers. I had a question.
And even during the civil rights movement, we did have that dual tactic, right? Because the only reason the powers that be was able to like was they saw MLK as the the moderate option is because you did have these other options that if MLK would have lost out, there was a real fear that these other options would take over the black community, and they feared
So
the
that means it
more.
was effective in some capacity, right?
But it's necessary. It don't mean you necessarily have to act on the violence. It just means you gotta at least posture yourself that you have an ability to like do some level of violence.
And that's what I was saying. I was saying, like you said, the posturing.
But that was a different time though. Like I don't know what that looks like in like 2026. I really don't know
But
what
you
that looks like.
understand the effectiveness of it in the past, like it
And
was.
I understand the effect of it in the past.
Saying though, we moved from a world that used to be more like the bullies kind of ran the world. It's more so ran by nerds now. Like it's like the tech.
Revenge of the nerds.
It's the tech that's like the nerds is running everything. They the ones with the power.
And we are inside the Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, we in that series. It's not so much like the bullies is running the thing no more.
Revenge
It's
of the
more
Nerds.
so.
Hey, shout out TBI. TBI was just learning the nigga last night. I listen. Sometimes you go on Discord and you. All right, I got to go 2 levels now. One, I am so amazed that shout out to the Discord. If y'all would love to join the Discord, anybody that's here, and just see some interesting black commentary
Conversation.
Join the Unpack Discord. I'll try to link it to the video afterward. But there's a channel in the FB inside the Unpack Discord that is the FBA Discord or the FBA chat. And it has amazed me that the FBA chat has become the anti-black woman and or defend black women chat.
Oh wow!
And I'm like,
what you mean and or defend? There's people. Oh, it's people that come in and defend them.
And then it's either like somebody's attacking black women or
how
somebody
many people
defending.
are attacking black women in this chat?
All right, but but the point that I was gonna make was that shout out TBI. TBI was making the point where in tech there is like the Revenge of the Nerds commentary. He was just making the point that like a lot of the techie black guys want the Instagram model, but like that's not who's gonna want you. There is a bunch of women that want you. You're just not gonna get the Instagram model because you make 120K. You still present a bunch of things that they just don't fuck with. And that's like also okay.
Like that you're smart, big dog, that she don't want a smart nigga.
Yeah. Well, that and then other things. Like you also probably if you're the techie guy with the STEM degree,
you could be too smart for it.
You might be too short, you might be too small, you might be nerdy, you might be like antisocial, you might be awkward. You could be a bunch of different things. And just because you make a certain amount of money don't mean that you have like they have to fall in line with you. And I think TBI did a good job of explaining that.
Niggas didn't understand that.
All right, so Steve, we're gonna let you wrap up.
Hey man, the FBA chat. It's the crazy. They don't even be fighting with Africans no more in that motherfucker, man.
That's the craziest thing.
Oh, that's the Civil War now.
Yeah, listen, I was going to say something, but I know if I say it, then niggas going like it just going to turn into something else.
It's FBA on FBA violence up in there, straight to. I'm like, man,
black on black to FBA on FBA.
Yeah, I think niggas just want, and it be. I think the beauty is that when you don't respond to certain people, you just see them keep ratcheting it up.
Bro, ratcheting that motherfucker up, boy. I be like, this is just getting egregious, man. Like, okay, bro, how many TikToks we gonna see? Fat black, single mom, single mom leaves wealthy husband, gets with drug dealer. I'm like, bro, how many times?
So y'all think that this okay? It's like, all right, bro. All right, Steve, leave us with some parting words.
Hey man, now this I mean it's good y'all having these type of conversations. I think a lot of people just deduce our black politics solely down to like, oh well, I'm just gonna get money and uh that's gonna alleviate me from having to deal with all of these struggles that everybody else got to deal with. And then I think it's just kind of coming to a point. It really don't matter how much money you get. If you live under the United States government, they can affect how much that money is worth. They can affect how much stuff you can buy with that money, so forth, so on. So it's like, it's good to just see like y'all talking deeply about politics and not so, surface as some other platforms are. But keep it up, Johnny. Do your homework, man. You'll be all right, man. Cause man, you be making Q look. You be making Q look like he was in the debate club for 7 years, man.
I asked the question, Steve. I ain't had no answer. I ain't coming.
Like, man, like Q, come on, man. Like you making Q look like he didn't went to Harvard.
I said him. Hey Steve, I set him up with the question.
Hey, listen, Q Lamont Hill, I like it. I like it.
Steve, I set him up with the question. I knew what I was doing.
All right, man. Y'all be easy, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Steve.
We got one more call in. Our brother from Raleigh, Ron Dewan. What's going on, man?
Big Ron. That's my
What's
guy.
happening, boys? What's up?
What up, Ron?
Man, Johnny, that's cold, man. You talking about a victory lap. I was trying to throw him off with the questions to help you from drowning. I'm just going back to backfire and then, yeah. But no, it's utterly ridiculous. We can't, it's not the 1960s no more. We can't really like be on some Black Panther, marching in the street with violence against them. We just don't got that type of power. And we don't have that type of solidarity as a community. What we can do is, more toward, if you would have just put the shovel down on the fighting part, you know what I'm saying? We could have got to, like, we could get to financial ways to fight back. And, you know what I'm saying? Even, small things that, people have done like the Target strike, just whatever else we could put together that we could really get behind each other. We can kind of like all be in lockstep to where like, all right, this is important. We could really do damage. And I do consider that an act of war, you know what I'm saying? Against the environment.
No, and Ron, I feel that, but like, y'all at least understand where I'm coming from.
No, I get what you're saying, and I think you got to have a little bit of that too. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of backbone, but I think more important these days is money. You know what I'm saying? I think people are more. I think America's more classist than racist. I think a lot more things lean toward money. You can do a lot more for your power. For like he was talking about the Asian hate that happened because of money. You know what I mean? So we have to get to the point of putting our money together and identifying what we want first of all, and then putting our money and power toward how we can make that change.
Yeah, and I guess, and this is why I brought up the word power, because I think that previously power and violence were synonymous. And like if we go back to caveman days, that's kind of what like that's how you exercise power, was through violence. Again, we just got into the revenge of the nerds joke conversation. Power is done a little different now. And that's kind of the point that I'm making, where I think that you can, as a minority, exercise power in America, but it's not going to be done through violence, because we have, to Steve's point, we have a monopoly within the our government system. And y'all argue every time on Unpacked about how powerful the military is. So, I think that it has to be done through other means. And you have to be able to win at the game of America, and to me, that's capitalism.
Right.
All right, Ron Dewan, leave us with some parting words,
some jewels.
Q, you got to be fair, man. When you in the fight, man, we can't be having Jake Paul missions going on out here.
hey, I ain't no goddamn Jake Paul now.
Communication styles. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, Ron, this was not my question.
I'm just saying, you gotta, you on your home turf right now, so you and Johnny got different communication styles. So just don't take it easy on them a little bit. You know
Hey, nah, we good, Ron. I set him up like it was a question. I ain't had no answer. Like how I'm being a boxer, I asked the question. I was like, "Is this right? If it's not right, it ain't right." But I ain't in no goddamn box. I asked the question.
We call that moonwalking, Ron.
I had to ask the question.
He moonwalking back. He was yelling at me for a second. We know.
Yeah, well, I'm here with you guys in the background, man. Do y'all thing.
All right,
I appreciate you, man.
All right, Johnny, you ready for this?
Oh, that's some disrespectful shit, Steve.
say?
Nigga call me Nate Robinson.
Are you ready?
Get your ass up. Get your ass up out of here again. You can go first. No, fuck that. I'm going first.
Okay, cool.
Fuck that. I'm going first. I don't know what I'm gonna go with, but I do got one. I do. What I'm
Okay.
definitely,
All right.
I'm definitely getting off.
Uh-oh.
I can't see him, Tone.
Oh yeah, y'all ain't got him over.
Yeah, yeah. If you could turn us for this one small little piece, yeah. All right. Look like you got grits and biscuits. You want to go to that one first?
Bacon and sausage.
Bacon and sausage, French
Bacon
toast.
Nah. Go right under him.
Uh-oh.
Play this.
Come on. Oh, glory. Sit down. I gotta preach. Hallelujah. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, it happened in the fourth quarter. That one might be a wrong neighbor.
Well, the Bears won.
It might be a Packer fan.
Oh,
Look at
boy.
somebody and say, neighbor, it happened in the fourth quarter. That might be the right one. I got my rhythm back when I realized that the fourth quarter was a part of my calling. Lord, I thank you. I don't know what you're going through right now, but just because it's the fourth quarter, that don't mean the game is over. Hallelujah to God. You got to stop panicking in the fourth quarter because you have to realize that pressure is not proof of failure. I feel like preaching, but it's actually God positioning you.
Yeah. I just wanted to play that because the Packers lost.
Mm-hmm.
I like old buddy. I think I wanted to throw him in there. He's like one of my favorite guys. But hey, what he was saying is I thought it means something. But hey,
Packers my team, but ain't
I know my mama team the Packers. There's a lot of Packer fans out there. They was talking shit yesterday because they was up big and they got their ass whooped.
Oh, how much was they up?
Like 21-6.
Okay.
And
listen, I was in here last
one
night.
Of them years, this happened before.
Wow.
I was in here last night. Me and QJ. Shout out to my son. And I'm just doing shit, getting this venue together. They told me move it just a little bit. But
what in the world?
Yeah. But so the Panther game had already started. We just in here. Shout out to the concrete guys that put the basketball goals up for fucking up the fucking floor. They like get the HIPAA vac for the concrete saw so dust don't go everywhere.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
Dust is just snow everywhere. Now I gotta go and
coming at the garage.
Rent the goddamn the vac.
Yep.
Plus more just to clean up your goddamn mess. And then it's gonna take like 2 to 3 times. But listen, I'm also happy because if you know contractors, these goals were supposed to be up a month and a half ago. About a month ago. Clean month. About a clean month ago.
Smooth month.
It's good it was a
but
month.
sometimes they'll come in.
It could have been longer. It's good it was a month.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll come and the goal will fall and be like, oh damn.
Meaning,
do y'all know what? I ain't paid you yet. Shit got to get done right.
That's the beautiful part. Like a nigga fuck up before we get paid.
Yeah. Hey, you want
the money, right?
Yeah.
Hey, hit refresh. Hit refresh on there and then play the first one up there. It's one of my favorite videos.
Oh my bad. Pause there real quick. I was saying all that shit to get to the point. I didn't even get to the point I was trying to get to. The point that I was trying to get to, my bad, y'all, was in the middle of us cleaning. I was cleaning through the game last night. The game came on about 4:00. And I'm just cleaning. I say, Q, what's the score? It's like 3-14. It's like, damn, it's 17-7 maybe it was. And then we just keep cleaning. And it gets to like 17-17 maybe. It was something like that. And I say, oh, damn, all right, it's fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and put this game on in here. I came in here, last 5 minutes, bitch, it was a roller coaster.
Oh, man, the last
time of the game. St. Louis go up.
We
went up. Last drive.
Oh my God. Oh, stop.
I don't understand football at the level I understand basketball, but I'm trying to understand why did we go into a zone defense and he just picked us apart down the middle? Everything's open. Walk down. Pretty much walk down. They went man on our drive. We couldn't even get a first down. Because they said, hey, we're just going to guard. Why? We're going to guard and then pressure the quarterback.
Well, the reason is they got better receivers than us.
When you look at that.
And we were scared. And JC, our number one corner was out for the last drive. So we were down. We were hurt.
But he killed you through the middle. And the thing is that if you was going to get beat,
but with JC,
get beat
over
the top early.
No, you can't get beat over the top. Like that.
No, get beat over the top early. So then you have more time. But the problem with us, we let them.
We got beat over the top late.
No, you got beat over the top, but what you got was a bunch of little
and then you
10
got
yard
beat over the top.
10 yard. I think that they got the ball with 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, like a little under 2 minutes left.
It was before. I can't remember the 2 minute.
It was close to it.
It was after the 2 minutes.
But the thing is, they didn't have to use a timeout. They went in under 2 minutes with 3 timeouts and left with them.
But JC was hurt though. Like our number one corner, lockdown corner, all pro corner was hurt.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl corner was hurt. We had Mike Jackson out there. We had he out there. He played good for most of the game. But he a number 2. He not a number 1.
Listen, if I'm gonna get beat early, go ahead and beat me early. Fuck it.
But
then I got more time for Bryce Young to actually give a home run.
Hey man, play I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
Y'all ESPN.
I don't want to talk about this shit no more, man. That shit got me hot.
Oh yeah.
Hey, shout out TBI. We just gave you a shout out not too long ago.
Play the new Paul Farmball right there.
Do you ever have a Beebs haircut, Tebow? You do? Man, are you kidding me?
He said, have you ever had a what?
Beebs haircut goes over here somewhere. That's Beebs for days. You know he's going to change it every 2 weeks. That's hardcore. My haircut's like you use more product than him, though.
Hey,
I use more product than anybody.
When you and Tim go get your hair done, what y'all tell them? Like to the left or the right?
No, I'll tell him go number 2 all the way up to a fade and just give me a faux hog, man. It's a faux hog, bro.
Number 2.
Hey, Paul, what do you tell him? I mean, I'm just
hey,
just a little off the side. Just a little bit off the side.
Hey, give me the Thanksgiving.
Leave a little bit on the top. Oh, I love you, Paul Farmball. Do you ever have a Beebs haircut?
Hey,
that's
like
hilarious.
name
Paul Farmball.
No, Mark Spears. Marcus Spears.
Oh, his son a beast, ain't
Oh yeah, he the number 1 inside 2027 class. Funny enough, I didn't play against his son way back in the day. Well, I didn't. My son played against his son. He used to play for CP3 back in the day.
Hey, let me get give me the Nick Cannon. Hey, and shout out to all my black brothers.
Tick Jannon. Okay.
Oh, scroll over one.
Sadia Khan explains to Nick Cannon why black men date outside their race.
Oh.
I see so many women whose dream is to have a child with a black man, or they just want a black man more than anything else. When they date white men, they'll talk about what do you expect? It's not the same. They're not sitting there having conversations with their white guy and say, "Can I get a hall pass for a Chinese man?" They're not saying that. Black man of choice. They will usually choose black women.
Yeah.
They usually will choose black women, or if they go to other races, it's because she has black women features. It's not really because so they love their blackness. It's just that we all love your blackness. It's just I think it's not really about black men. I think it's the appeal they have and the testosterone. And I really think it boils down to masculinity. They exude more testosterone and masculinity than other races, so they become universally desired by women. Now, this is not all women. I'm just saying in general, they have more. You could travel to any country. You join Tinder, girls will match with you. It's any country. Now, if you do that same thing as like a Pakistani man or as a Vietnamese man, you don't have the same luck. I see so many women whose dream is to have a child with a black man. So they just want a black man more than anything else. When they date white men,
it ain't our fault.
What?
We just desirable. That's what she said. That's a black man. Yeah, I'm just trying to, help my boy out.
Steve said, "Don't let Trey see this."
I'm trying to
put this swirling propaganda.
But the thing is that like you and your homie, y'all got like different angles on it. I think that's not even like a bad angle. It's just like, just all the women like me.
That's
so I just like
Hold on,
choose
what's Trey's
anything.
angle here?
His is that like you got to teach black women how to be better by dating outside the race.
Oh, I'm gonna drink my water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a sip.
That's kind of like the angle, and that black women can't learn unless you exercise.
He took the worst take you could like.
That's the worst. That's the worst. I like this angle. I think this is a way better angle. It's to give love to everybody.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies no.
Hey, shout out TBI. Listen, TBI, I gave you shout out earlier. I told him that you be in the FBA chat doing the good work. I listen. I was inside this venue all night. Last night I might not have left until about 11, but when I got home and I just said, all right, let me give like 30 minutes to myself, open up that Discord. It said these niggas was arguing since about 11 a.m. It was about like 100-something messages. I just pulled it up, scrolled down, and just say, you know what? I'm about to read myself a nighttime story.
Damn.
Like, go ahead.
Oh no, I just got my last meme.
All right, go ahead.
It kind of go to my question, but we didn't beat that shit up. Like pause. But yeah, you can play grits and biscuits. He on my side.
Where he at?
The top
middle.
Right
if there's anything that black people need to do right now is to get educated and get armed.
Okay.
Those two things in tandem at all times moving forward. Get educated, get armed.
Okay.
If they're gonna frame you, this is the idea of it, right? What's the idea? You come fucking with me. Black man in Pennsylvania, I believe, minding his fucking business, at home with his family. 3 white boys kick his door in, talking about it's a prank. He blew his ass down. He go to jail. How is that not protecting his home? Legal firearm, breaking and entering. He protected his house. He should have never went to jail. He should have never been arrested. But because it was some white boys he killed, time and time again.
Blow him away.
And what's the better decision? Not to kill him?
Yeah.
What if that was coming? How do you know the difference? You got to protect your family.
You don't.
We gotta get off the cool and get on the cool. Niggas is too on the cool.
You heard what he said.
What'd he say?
Gotta get off the cool.
If there's anything that black people need to do right now is to get educated and get armed.
Get off the cool and get on the code. And I'm done. I'm gonna leave my. I ain't got no commentary on that. I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Well, I don't like. I rock with Cuz. My only issue is that like he didn't like. I'm sure maybe he said more, but his point didn't align with the bigger point. He was armed and went to jail.
Yeah, he did.
That was a terrible example.
That was a terrible example.
Like, I needed to hear the rest of this conversation.
Yeah, because of that didn't seem like it kind of landed the plane that he was attempting to land, or that Johnny might have wanted it to land. I guess.
I'm done. I ain't gotta say no more, man.
I mean, the story is crazy. I mean, it's messed
up.
Oh
no, y'all ain't heard about that? He blew them.
Bro, I'm so tired.
Blow them away. That's what the fuck he did. He blew them boys away.
Make that pig act in
a desired manner.
Oh, shout out to Tears of Joy.
Last night I
gotta get organized. You got to get organized.
Get you some guns stowed away. That way when the pig get to jiving with the people.
All right. Let's see what I got. I think I've been on Fun Time recently. Oh yeah. Go to the first one, top left. Let's get to it.
Motherfuckers told me we born.
Why you got them boots on? Cause you a small nigga. Nigga mad at fucker, he a small man. Hey shawty, that's a small man. Hey shawty. Small nigga, small nigga, small nigga, small nigga, small nigga, small nigga, small nigga. Why the fuck you can't get up here? Nigga grumpy cause he know he's short. They pick him last when he on the court. Basketball not his favorite sport. Nigga thought I know I'm quad. Nigga small like a chicken bone. This is song for the little niggas. Get up where the smallest chicken bone. Bitch you looking like Mr. Parker. Small nigga got Bobby legs. They don't know that ain't here. Small nigga like Beetlejuice.
Okay,
Small nigga look like
this is war, nigga.
Small niggas, small niggas, small niggas, small niggas, small niggas, small niggas, small nigga look like Kevin Hart.
I got one
Small
next
niggas
week.
say like a short. No, small nigga look like Gary Coleman. But he think he tall like Terrell Owens. Boy, you smell like an ant bug. Boy, you look like a bed bug.
No,
Look like a bed bug.
hey, nigga, this is war. I would have one next week.
No, you always have one, so it's cool. I had to just ram it up.
Small nigga, small nigga.
Boy, you looking like a bed bug.
Where I want to go next? I'll save some of the better conversations later. I ran across her Instagram. I thought this shit was fun. To the right, all the way to the right top. Yeah,
to the right.
She's fun.
Okay, baby, you saying that to say what? That's drama. No. You
is that nylon?
From your mama. Now I ain't finna
Yeah,
break
no, I fuck with her. Yeah, she's
fingernail
hilarious.
going oops upside your head. Yeah, I love you, baby, but not like.
This is it.
Okay,
Yeah,
baby,
not
you
cute.
saying that to
She's
say
just a
what?
funny person.
That's
Hey,
drama.
she be making
No,
bags.
you didn't pick
Fine.
that
Yeah,
from your
I ain't
mama.
gonna buy
Now
one
I
of those, like, she
ain't
fine.
finna
Yeah, you
break
don't want
that
bags,
fingernail going oops upside
Yeah,
your
you
head.
keep
I always
going.
like when people do these videos because I like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronic thing.
Yeah, and she was killing this shit.
They be killing that shit.
Let's go as we stay music, and then I'll start segueing inside of it. Let's go, boss.
Shitting on, diamonds hitting on, this shit going on. Fed listening, I can't talk about no business on the phone. Took a trip, went up top, came back with nothing but some mold. Dope money, trap house jumping, ain't nothing in this bitch but a stove. More blessings, more motion, more men, let's get to the end. How I went from F-Salt in my class to F-Salt my ring. Man, fuck it, everybody got it cut it, I'm going black fast. 1,000 horses, TRA say. When I'm riding past, hit, make a wish, you see superstars when I talk. Yeah, nigga, I'm the definition of who would ever thought. I don't really got a lot of patience. Bro, shit get me aggravated. I know a lot of these niggas be count. It look like we at a graduation. I don't like linking up with niggas. These niggas be Uncle Tom. Fresh as fuck. Hop out a foreign truck. They thought I was going to prom. I'm stuck in a Rico. All of this ice up like Sub-Zero. She know I'm a boss. I'm all in the jaw. She ain't fuck you a Nemo. I'm hot now. Every time a nigga pop out, it's a movie scene. Flexing on them, shitting on them, painted the road right through the green. This for the real niggas locked up doing time. This for the trout nigga, just stay down and grind.
That's good enough.
This for the
Shout out to that boss man D-Lo. D-Lo fun.
But yeah, D-Lo is clever.
He's just fun. And the thing is that we so used to like that sample, that beat.
And niggas going.
There's a certain way that people typically approach it. Mm-hmm. He has like this offbeat, onbeat little thing that he does, especially like the last little word of his sentences. It's kind of off, but he does it every single time on
the
that
same
beat, so it
amount off every time.
Yeah, so then it ends up being a pocket. But I just think it's fun and interesting.
My boy could have put that small nigga on there too, though.
Small nigga. I should not be saying that shit on the way home.
Let's go to our guy in the middle.
I'll be riding
with the pony.
Small nigga.
Yo, Google.
Yeah, you.
Why are tomatoes red?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Me too. Just water.
They're blue.
And no, why are they red? Why are tomatoes red?
I need more water. Give me 1 second.
I could just ask him without the environmental damage. Nah, I got it. How do I turn you off? No. I don't even care anymore. Please stop
It's
killing
called
us.
lycopene. They're red because of a chemical.
It doesn't
called
matter.
lycopene.
Yo, Google.
Oh man, this is exactly
Yeah,
what
you.
like.
I think that was funny. All right, so now I'll get into maybe possibly two conversations. So my neighbor.
You ain't gonna let Tone get no name?
Oh, I've been running through mine. You be taking a long time. I might be on minute 4 right now. I'm running
The
it.
Tone got memes too. That nigga say he trying to get his on.
We get to him.
Yeah, we got a whole listen, Johnny. Just because yours take a long time and you get 4 off, I'm just running. I only got 2 more though. But yeah, we only had a minute 24. We doing good right now. I mean, an hour 24.
Okay, I know we
Not a
ain't.
minute.
Yeah, not a minute. But yeah, if you can give me, all right. So my bad. I was gonna give you a quick story. So the guys that moved in, or it's not just guys, the family that moved in to the left of me, the Lumbee tribe. I think that, like, I actually really, so the story would be, I pulled up, I think maybe I was like taking some stuff in and out the house, and my neighbor to the right of me, he was saying, he was asking if my water was running in general, because it was a leak that was happening, and you could see it in the streets and shit like that, or whatever. Ended up being my neighbor to the left, and so got somebody knocked on the door, told him, "Hey, I think you should whatever." But a part of that, out in their front yard, they have Lumbee, finally federally recognized, whatever.
Oh, they got like a sign?
Yeah, out there.
Oh,
and this is like the Lumbee tribe. And so I was actually able to like just sit and chop it up with them for maybe probably talk for like 5-10 minutes. I was like, yeah, this got some interest inside some of these things. So I'm gonna just tap in with you periodically and just have some conversations, and we'll chop it up and kind of figure out some things. But yeah, he was kind of just giving me the whole story about how, I forget what the exact tribe that they're from, but they had been, disassociated. What is it called when American, America don't be recognizing tribes and shit like that?
They give other tribes
unrecognized. But yeah, I don't think the Lumbee are like an official federal tribe.
They just got.
Oh, they just got that federal designation.
That's what the whole thing is. Yeah. Like they're celebrating that they just got it recently.
Okay.
Within, I'm sure it's like within like the past like 6 months or so.
Oh, shout out to the Lumbees. I got a little bit of Lumbee in me too. So shout out.
Yeah. But, like it's. I think he was saying like maybe that's like some of the biggest grouping inside North Carolina.
Yeah,
but like it's something specific.
If you're Indian in North Carolina, you're probably Lumbee.
Yeah. It like something specific happened. I'll talk with him again. That made it to where that they renamed themselves Lumbee, but they were a part of another tribe. Nonetheless, push play on Shorty. Let's see where we take this.
Right here.
Yeah.
Reminded that the same Cherokee people that are pissed off that the Lumbee tribe finally got their federal acknowledgement are the same ones who disenrolled a bunch of freedmen from their tribe despite there being a treaty. They were so racist that the federal government had to get involved and say, hey, if you want to disenroll those freedmen because they don't have the blood quantum, then let's talk about how little blood quantum your chief has. Because last time we checked, your chief is pretty much white. Your chief has so little blood quantum that a freaking dwarf hamster pinky nail has more Indian blood than your chief. So if you want to play this blood quantum game, we can play it. All of a sudden, they didn't want to disenroll the freedmen. And then that very next year, they had the nerve to say Happy Juneteenth. The fuck? And then there are the people on this app, every time they see a Lumbee post talking about what language is Lumbee? What language do the Lumbee speak? Let me explain to you how fucking insulting that is. California is home to the most non-acknowledged indigenous tribes. What does that mean? That means out of all the states, the government broke more treaties with California tribes than any other state. And as a result, a lot of them are losing their language. When their elders die, a library goes with them. I am one of the people helping to preserve one of those indigenous languages, especially here in the Central Valley. There are so many tribes who are losing their language. They're struggling to maintain their language. So let me guess, you Cherokee people are going to sit up there and say those people aren't Indian too? So when a tribe loses its language, they cease to be Indian. There are several tribes in Southern California that were considered extinct when it comes to their language. Their language was literally extinct. And now it is alive and well because an indigenous American linguist went to college, learned how to save a language, and went back and revived what was once a dead language. So are those people Indian again? I'm just really, really disturbed that a tribe that is mostly white is out here sticking their nose where it don't belong. What happens?
Yeah, it ain't the first time in history that's happened.
What do y'all want to go with it? It's a meme. I would love to see.
I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to think about that. Like I don't know. Like, hey, shout out to the Lumbees. Hey, look, like so apparently, like they weren't recognized because they had black people in them, and they didn't want to get rid of them. That how I understood that. But she said the Cherokees did get rid of their like freedmen. And
well, I think that you just speaking about like the idea of maybe use like the American or colonial power that like exists through slight within the Indian, diaspora, and how that manifests itself across like who is recognized and who is not. And that's
what you talking about, the lighter tribes,
that's when she started.
I got lost when she was talking.
To me,
about
it sounded like the amount of like native blood that you have in comparison to like other things. Yeah, but she did specifically speak about freedmen as well.
But like, so the Lumbee tribes had more freedmen in them, and the Cherokees like denounced their freedmen, and that's why they got recognized.
I don't think that she said any of those things.
I don't know. I've heard something about this slightly though. I did hear something about like how they had tried to like how they got their proof or how they got approved and everything.
Oh,
they told him to prove the blood, and then he was like, he didn't want to do it, or basically they didn't want to do it, and they was like, oh well, we don't want to do that, so we just gonna go ahead and give you all this. Like, but this goes back to some of the stuff I was talking about some months ago, and I ain't stopped researching. If y'all remember that day, we was talking about the Indians in America.
Are you talking about a real crib?
Bro, I ain't never stopped researching.
Y'all gonna be arguing.
I'm not about to start that today because it goes so deep. Like it's too much to try to explain to show how everything goes.
You were right about some of the stuff. Not all of it.
I was right about most of it.
Not all of it. You was right about some of it.
What was you right about?
What was I not right about?
Look, we'll go back.
What was I not right about?
We'll go back.
You don't have like you was just giving them credit. That's
about like the amount of people that came over here and the ones that actually ended up in like Americas from Africa through like there were some indigenous folks here. There were a lot that came over from Africa.
And, you talking about like indigenous black people?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
They was acknowledged. Like they've acknowledged that there were some.
Who is they?
Even at the when I went to Charleston, I went to the National Museum of Black History.
So what did they say?
Well,
they acknowledged what?
They acknowledged that some of the Indians were taken as slaves and mixed in with the slave population.
Yes, everybody acknowledges that.
And so that's what I'm acknowledging.
No, that's different than having black indigenous people arguing.
But the thing is, this was all.
Well, see, now you're arguing against.
No, I'm not going to argue.
No,
I'm not going to argue. I'm going to give y'all one simple. I'm going to give y'all one simple thing. I'm going to give y'all one simple statement.
I agree with him.
I'm going to give y'all one simple
statement. I agree with you.
For one, the more you dig into this, you're going to find out that the history that you was taught is not the history that actually is true. We was told lies plenty throughout our history books.
Yes, I agree.
Two, this whole thing was one landmass at some point. So if black people was everywhere and black people is the original people of the lands, which you end up going, when you keep digging, you look in China and you'll find it. You look in Scotland and you'll find it. You'll look in doggone Russia, Germany and everything. And you're going to see these same skinned people was there first. So for it to be like unbelievable for black people to be in America before slavery.
See, I didn't say that because I just acknowledged that some of them were taken into slavery. Now the amounts and where most of them come from, it could be, I understand that could be debated, but there were some.
So help me understand what you're saying.
I just agree with what Tony.
All right, so it sounds like you have a point that you like. If you're agreeing with something, that means you feel and think a thing. So now I'm asking you what you feel and
I'm saying when I went to this, cool. I'm trying to tell you what I'm thinking of what I feel.
So are you? All right, go ahead.
Is that there were some of the Indians that were already here that got wrapped into slavery.
All right, so that statement means nothing right there. No, Tone is making a different statement. His statement, correct me if I'm wrong, is that there were black indigenous people that was here, which is different than there being natives that were wrapped into the slave trade. Like these are different concepts.
That's all I'm sticking with. I ain't getting into nothing.
In which I think that like if you acknowledge and
you on the same page. Okay.
No, I know. I get what you're saying though too. Like we are saying two different things.
Yeah. And because of typically a lot of the conversation bases around the reclassification conversation, and like who was reclassified to what and what was reclassified to what, and like you hear both sides of that. Like this is a different conversation. I think that like everybody understands as a part of the classification, natives, whatever like that ends up being, were also included into slavery, and then there was some natives that were excluded into out of slavery.
Right.
That is by law what did happen.
That's all
there's
I
not
was
like
saying.
a
That's
like,
all I was saying.
I don't think that there's like much unclarity in it.
I would still like to go over this, but if we was to go over it, I would want to show. I don't like arguing about stuff rather than just showing like where I get my evidence from.
Mm-hmm.
It's much easier to show the
But
evidence.
I was agreeing there was evidence to what you were saying. That's all I was saying. That like I did see real evidence that would give credibility to what you were saying. Much and that's all. That's all I was
but
saying.
what are you agreeing
look
to?
up them trials.
Like it's such a slippery thing to state that you keep doing.
Just let me say slippery.
Don't let this nigga slip you. Like he keep trying to do the slippery thing because he's still saying he don't agree.
I didn't say. I said.
All right, so you agree that the people that were classified were black natives?
No, what he said. I know what he's talking about too. Though this happened too.
Of course, but that's the doctrine. Like when people quote like the reclassification thing, it happened in Virginia, it happened in South, it happened in a bunch of different places.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that.
I'm not speaking nothing that we already understand. I ain't speaking of nothing.
And that's the slippery part. And that's why I wanted to make sure I classify. I wanted to clarify it because of like you keep saying that, but not putting the black on it.
Well, you want to put the black on it?
No, Tone is putting the black on it.
I want to put the black.
How are you saying you agree with him, but then you disagree with the actual?
Because I don't know if they were black or not, the ones that got taken in, but I do know there were some that were taken in.
Where's Steve at? Steve, hop in the chat.
Hey, nah, Steve, you good, bro? We good.
Do the research first, Johnny. Like, give a solid point. I can agree or disagree with you, but now
I'm not
you just
giving a solid
line.
point. I was agreeing halfway with like I didn't state and make a point against.
So you thought that Tone was lying about reclassification in general? You can just look that up on Google.
I agree with him. Like you want me and Tone to argue so bad? Like
it's not about to be an argument.
Oh no, I know it's not. I'm arguing with you because you're not saying nothing. I'm arguing at what is it? A false like what's what's something called like a false white flag? Like you're agreeing to nothing, and I'm listening to you, and you're doing it intentionally. Like, hey, Tone, they did let some natives in,
bro. You speak.
So black natives, I didn't say that, but Tone's whole point is the fact that it was black indigenous people here.
Okay, that's fine. Like, I'm where I'm at. Like, I'm where I'm at. Like, I can't be where I'm at. Why can't be where?
Yeah, like I said, though, classifications, reclassifications, it makes some of this a lot more complicated unless you're looking at how everything happened. And also, you got to know like how the history of America, actual America. What the people was discovering when they was coming over here, like the Lewis and Clark expeditions.
Okay.
Like what Amerigo Vespucci was writing down. What you gotta realize what all these people were saying they was coming over here finding. Look at the artifacts they found in the artwork that's still around. They still have stuff. Look at what was representative of America and how America was spelled before, because it was always America. Like it's a lot of history, man. Like that's why I ain't even try to bring back up the point, because it's so much.
I don't disagree with you, Tom.
It's so much to put together.
What don't you disagree?
I don't disagree, bro.
With what point?
None of it, bro.
So you agree with everything you just said?
I didn't say that either. I said I just don't.
So
disagree.
what do you don't disagree?
Bro, why I can't just get one off, bro?
I want to get back to the meeting.
Why can't just?
I want to get back to the meeting. I ain't even go there.
He crazy. He crazy. I got one last one. Get out. You crazy. But no, all right. So this just land. Again, I have a different opinion in Tone, but like listen, I ain't trying to argue with you in the chat. Anybody else that be having like these things, what I would love, and every time like my one thing, let me see how I can frame this. So a lot of people think that I argue or I will debate a thing to be right. As much as like I love debating things to be wrong and to be like somebody give me new information.
Yeah,
I am not. Like I'm not against somebody giving me new information that then I could be like, oh damn, I didn't see it that way, or this is like a factual thing that was a thing. In which like it'd be fire, if, like what I mean, like
that's why I ain't going into discussion. I ain't bringing nothing for you today. I wouldn't prepare it, so I ain't even about to go.
No. This isn't to like try and bait you into like a debate or anything like that.
But next time I am gonna bring some evidence of this coming. I just ain't brought it all together yet, so I ain't bringing up the conversation.
Yeah, because I listen. The beauty of like conversations, debate, it's okay to be wrong. I can be wrong.
Sometimes you just ask a question.
All right, let's get out of here with this last one.
Dave said Johnny just nice off the oil at this point. Now he ain't even nice. He pretty good today, bro. We know when he nice off the oil. It's a good day.
Nah. Johnny, he ain't quite.
It's a good day for Johnny.
Actually, Johnny came in a little nice off the oil, but he didn't.
It was wine.
It was one. I knew it was something. It was some wine. I said that's gloss in Johnny's eyes right now. But he didn't got back right. But all right, we can leave with the Black intellectual reading list. I thought that was funny.
All right.
I'm gonna name 3 books: 48 Laws of Power,
Knew it.
The Art of War,
Knew it.
and Rich Dad Poor Dad. If a nigga names off those 3 books in a row, back out of the room slowly. You're about to get into the most annoying, pseudo-intellectual, conspiratorial, dusty conversation that you've ever had the unpleasure of having. Anybody that names those 3 books in succession has the worst opinions on anything. Yeah, nigga that work at AutoZone talking about applying the 48 Laws of Power, talking about applying Machiavellian plans to niggas at the Publix he works at. Those books. Not the books individually, just when niggas name those books in a row. I'm gonna name 3 books.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel what you're saying. Like
what? And the thing is, I actually own all 3 of those books, but I also do agree. Like when somebody run those down,
yeah.
I think the 4 Agreements is also up there.
Oh, that's the other one. That's the 4th. That's the 4th one.
Yeah, that's another good one. And again, I had that one too. But like certain books, like even the 48 Laws of Power, I didn't make it through it because I just thought that it was just teaching the laws of deception and destruction. Yeah. And like I couldn't really get with it. It has really interesting like examples and different shit like that. But at best, you use it to maybe be like aware of
recognize plays.
Yeah, you know what I mean, tactics that people are using. But it's also a way that it can just like overly taint you and believe that people have like these conniving ways that aren't even existing. And yeah,
Steve said Rich Dad Poor Dad such a shit book. Bro, I read that book when I was like 21, 22.
Mm-hmm. And I read that shit years ago.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read it. I did make my son read it though.
It was like, it didn't inspire me so much. Like, it was like, okay, it's okay book, but nice story. You done?
Oh yeah, I'm tapped.
Okay. I'm gonna start off here today.
Since when did y'all switch the definition of raw dogging? And why weren't the 80s babies notified? Because the raw dogging y'all talking about and the raw dogging we know of is 2 different raw dogs. Y'all talking about sitting without electronic devices for an hour or going and sitting out in the sun in nature for an hour.
So that's the meaning of that now? Why didn't nobody tell us? That's so much of a bad turn of a word. What? I done just grounded my daughter for saying that. Hey, Dad, yes, me and 4 of my friends were just chilling in the house, raw dogging the whole day away. What? Now you telling me I gotta apologize to her? I thought I was in the right. We need to come together and when we changing up meanings of words to something else, y'all need to let us know. I done cursed out at least 3 of the 4 parents. Just stupid.
Oh shoot. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, no, that is hilarious. I wasn't familiar that they was using raw dog.
I heard this one day. So I was like, yeah, I just raw dogged it out. What?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, Johnny walked out at the wrong time, man. Johnny be fucking up.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Johnny how do you define raw dogging? He'll be back soon. You can play another one until Johnny get back.
See. I guess I'll go here.
We grew up with, we were the advanced ones because everybody wasn't able to do that. Right. A lot of motherfuckers didn't grow up with the freedom and shit that we grew up with. Right. Like you've been catching the bus by yourself, you know for a fact since you were 9 years old. Bro, you wouldn't put your 9-year-old on a fucking city bus with just enough money to get to where they're going and expect them not to fuck up. Right. It's people on this bitch going to work, It's killers out. Nigga, don't act like killers just came out. They outside. Still a kid.
They outside.
Yeah.
They outside.
You right, bro. I think
about
that
that
all the
man.
time. And then we had them mean ass mamas who be like, where you go on that butt? See, come here. Difference. You supposed to have 52 cents left. Where your money at? All I got is all they gave me was a quarter and 2 cents. You don't let them trick you out of goddamn quarter. Don't you do no shit like that. You know how to fucking count. Yes, ma'am. And tomorrow when you do it, we had that we grew up with.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I shared that for a reason because I've been experiencing some stuff with that as far as like I have to catch myself so much when it comes to teenagers nowadays and dealing with certain stuff with teenagers because it'd be like my response is like the response that I got when I was growing up. Like my way of responding to it is like, well, I'm like, yeah, we can't do that no more, I guess. Like
like what you mean like talking to teenagers like they dumb?
No, not even talking to them like they dumb. It's just that certain stuff that like certain ways we grew up, they didn't grow up in the same way. And so they don't have the same level of adapting to stuff or the same level of necessarily. They're not even on the same level we was at the age. Like stuff I'm expecting my stepdaughter to do at 18. She hasn't learned it yet. Like
and I also say like
I know
on
the
flip
is driving. Like they don't like when I was 15, I was like, let me get like I had my license at 15.
That boy out there, he want to get behind that damn wheel. That shit's just scary as a parent. I ain't gonna lie.
It is.
But I think
you
that
the one.
The inverse also exists too, to where like they're also aware of so much more shit. You be like, damn, I could have just asked you about that shit. Like I remember I was again, me and QJ, we just in here like grinding it out like yesterday. He was like, all right, so you know, just ask me about like the space and how people, you know, do things. He was like, oh yeah, damn, I guess Shopify wouldn't that like you couldn't use Shopify for that. And I was like, nah, because we're doing scheduling. It was like, oh yeah, but I guess like Calendly and Booksy would do it. But that's something that most adults don't really have that, but they just know.
Yeah,
these are just ways that they understand. Like he done built a website like that before.
Well, we looked up and going to the school we went to because we are aware that
the technology.
Bro, we had a school full of people who knew more than their parents when it came to computers. So
besides me, my dad built computers.
Yeah, but there was a school full of people.
Yeah,
so you could find out everything.
So wait a minute, y'all went to a school full of nerds?
Go ahead and say that to their face.
So
it's some people at my school. Go and say it to their face.
The thing is that like
nigga, I'm asking you. I ain't talking to them.
No,
I'm asking you.
I think the best way to
you say it to their face.
The best way to put it is that like you had a bunch of people whose parents wanted them to like experience like a different version of like schooling. So with that, there was a technology department, but we also had an automotive department where like people. Like they had classes where they fixed cars and shit like that. We had like the nursing or medical.
And they was literally
and all they did was just do that whole thing. So and the thing is that this was like also all mainly black kids from the inner city. I don't know how you would do it, but I mean how you would say it. I also am enjoying right now they're having book beef inside the chat. Shout out TBI. Shout out Steve. They debating on if, you know,
Rich Dad Poor Dad
and the millionaire
next door.
Yeah, they getting the shit soft. I like it.
That's
like
fire.
Yeah,
having book beefs.
Ain't that like that
in the chat?
That's a fire chat. That's a fire.
It's a well-read chat, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Hey,
all right, Johnny. Hey, real quick
the
before we
TBF book club might be an idea though.
I'm with it. I think
like
that'd be
once
fire.
a month, like a TBF book club.
I like it.
Nigga, ain't
listen. Just give me about 1 more month. Once I can clear my headspace with all this shit, I'm with it. Johnny, before we go to Tone next meeting, how do you define raw dog?
Raw dogging. If I go outside and I got the jacket on, and it's like 60 below, I go, yeah, I'm raw dogging the weather right now.
Nah, that's you gotta not have a jacket on it.
Or if it's 40 below and I ain't got
jacket. Yeah,
no jacket.
Hey, when I go inside with no jacket,
or if it's under 40 and I ain't got no long johns on,
okay,
I'm raw dogging
under 40. Okay,
with no johns on.
Okay. And when you say under 40, what do you mean by that? Like age or
degrees?
Oh,
degrees. Yeah. Hey, no. Y'all. Oh no. I wrap it up every time, man. I'm a.
For real?
I'm a.
I don't believe in that.
Hey. Man, let's go on. Let's move on. This is a sensitive subject. let's move the fuck on.
Okay, I'm gonna go more into it.
And when you married, you can be raw dog queen.
Raw dog.
Yeah.
I ain't married yet though, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Get you a couple.
All right, this is interesting. I actually had this last week.
Okay.
We're gonna get into a kind of culture topic. So I got some other topics that can go with this, just depending on where we go with the conversation. I'm gonna start off here.
Okay.
In case you missed it, the Smithsonian Museum put out a list of bad white people traits. These included hard work, objectivity, politeness, and having both a mom and dad leading the family.
My bad. It said bad white people traits.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this from the thing.
These are the traits that white people don't. Hey, we can't see it on the screen.
I'm gonna read it from the thing too. So,
oh yeah.
It's kind of tight.
Yeah, he was there. You got it.
I can see it better on my phone here.
Okay.
So it says like this in this black box. White dominant culture or whiteness refers to the ways white people and their traditions, attitudes, and ways of life have been normalized over time and are now considered standard practices in the United States. And since white people still hold most of the institutional power in America, we have all internalized some aspects of white culture, including people of color. Rugged individualism. They saying this is bad, I guess. Rugged individualism. The individual is the primary unit. Self-reliance, independence, and autonomy highly valued plus rewarded. Individuals assume to be in control of their environment. You get what you deserve. Like, it goes on to say family structure, emphasis on scientific method, history.
Wait a minute. You said scientific method. And niggas can't have a thesis.
Objective, rational, linear thinking, cause and effect relationships, quantitative emphasis. Like, I'd be trying to figure out who's making this stuff up.
Like, this had to be a Democrat.
They said religion.
This was an LGBT liberal.
Christianity is the norm. Anything other than Judaism.
A or I.
Hey, I know a plus when I hear
that was a fucking eye. That was a fucking eye.
And we're joking, yo. We're joking.
These are all jokes.
This is literally a joke.
They go on to say status, power, and authority, religion, future orientation.
All right, but can we go back before we keep going? So I do get the first one. I don't get pretty much everything.
Well, read the first. What was the first one?
Is rugged individualism. I think that. And I think Rail's
think that's bad.
I think that Rail's been hinting at this in general inside, and I think they just did an episode on this last night, maybe. In the idea of the village, in where when you are a group in power, you don't really have to recognize the village. Where when you are a minority that's looking to gain power, the village is everything. I do think that like rugged individualism is it to the
but that
detriment
wouldn't make them
of,
bad.
No. So what I'm saying is that rugged, and this is saying white culture, and I don't think that this is something that most people, well, most communities can practice, and it'd be beneficial for them.
Okay.
Where rugged individualism, out of all those things that they said, would be the one that I would point to.
Let me ask you this though.
That is, it can be seen negative mainly because of. Even when black people that practice this said thing do get ahead, it's just about them. In which also the majority, when they practice what is looked at as rugged individualism, it's typically nepoed out. It's like daddy moneyed out. It's like you have a lot of these things, like shit. Hell, just the privilege of being a part of like the dominant society and being able to properly assimilate. Without assimilating, like these are things that a lot of groups don't actually be able to exercise.
You don't think individualism would help?
That's a fire shot.
Black people, like, because you don't think a lot of groupthink. You don't think groupthink hurts us, and you don't think like individualism.
All right,
could be beneficial.
We really, y'all can go ahead, but it's a part of the conversation I think y'all missing here.
Okay, and we're gonna build to it. So
like versus
right now you're making the opposing point. Well, not even opposing, but it contradicts what you were speaking to earlier, which would be collective organization to be able to enforce, say, whether it's not violence
I
or
don't think
anything
they're
like
mutually
that.
exclusive, though. I don't think you can be individual and still be a part of a
Right, but
collective. Also, I don't think
this stated not just being an individual, rugged individualism. That means that I just did it all by myself and that was it.
Yeah, they summed it up even under here, says pretty much you get what you deserve. In other words, if they were describing.
And like I don't agree with that.
Well, no, I don't necessarily agree with that.
I
don't necessarily agree with that.
Like,
but I do believe
I don't think that you get what you work for. I'm a person that says that like there's certain things that I'm a product of luck. I'm a product of like, fortune and different things. I know some people don't really like. I think if you just sit and say I did all these things and it was all up to me, I just don't believe that. On any side and on any level. But yeah, I think that's the only one to me. All other ones,
but I do think there's a benefit. But I see what you're saying though, as far as like, because I think individualism is something Black people also need. As far as what?
What do you?
As far as like identity, because like even me as an example, being from where I'm from.
So you don't believe in being on code?
But I just also said you can be an individual and still be a part of the collective.
But you kind of getting to where I'm trying to get to with this conversation. So I just want to throw.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
I just want to throw this out there to take it in that direction because I think you're getting to where I'm trying to get to. All right. So when you're looking at this, it's saying the aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the United States. So they're saying that pretty much we get these traits from white people in the United, like pretty much like we've adapted these traits, and these are traits of white people. It's not that these aren't traits of our, like they're traits of white people is what they're saying.
But not
so
that
if we
they're
do
just
it,
exclusive.
it's because we picked it up off of white people.
But does that mean that these traits are exclusive to white people?
That's what they pretty much saying, kind of like it's the aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the United States. That's what it all aspects and assumptions of whiteness and white culture in the United States. So basically, it's saying that this is stuff this is the aspects and assumptions of white culture. So they're saying this is what white people do.
Okay.
Like if you was to look at the aspects and assumptions of Black culture, I guess this stuff wouldn't be the list if this was the aspects and assumptions of Black culture.
But in which, like, I think that the list is fairly true in the sense of the aspects and assumptions. I think the assumptions is the part that there's a lot
but
of
the issue
carry.
comes in where they say we all internalize some aspects of white culture into including people of color. They took it from being a human thing to care about these things to being this is white culture and everybody adopted white culture. And the white folk ain't make up none of this.
Right, and that's where that's where I disagree with it. We get real small in the letters right there.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with that part. I do think that the assumption that white is better in America and that they know more and they had to have gotten that through a logical reason and all that. Like these are things that are assumed, not the fact that it's true and or that these are like practical ideologies that have came from all of us as well. People of color, whatever.
So you're just leaning on the assumptions part of it.
Yeah, I think that the assumption of it, I can see that part. But I don't know.
Yeah, and even somebody like the Smithsonian Institute making something like this, though. Like, what would make?
They made this?
Yeah, this came from the Smithsonian Institute. Accordingly, I got to look up who MM, but it has initials up here, so I got to actually look at these. People said the Smithsonian Institute though put out a list of bad white people traits, and that's not exactly what they did. They didn't put out bad white people traits the way they worded this in this thing. So I'll have to look up that letter. But to say that these are just white traits and to totally put it there and say, hey, this is white culture or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I got further to go in this conversation than just this.
Let's walk.
But we here with the white people right now, whatever. So I'm gonna go to this next meme or whatever, and this will kind of push. I don't know if I want to go here because both of these is relevant, but I'm gonna do Buddy first.
Ain't in it no more.
It's Gip.
Black people ain't controlling our culture no more. It was so much fun. And it was so exciting to be a part of it during the 90s and the 2000s because we were still a part of it. But now we're not a part of it anymore. It's just a system. It's corporate. Everything that they wanted about it, they got it now. But when we went corporate, we lost the soul. So where's the soul now? The soul now is back in the South. The soul now is the trail ride. The soul now, blues, Southern soul music. That's where the soul is now. You know why? Because it's not controlled. It's going on in backyards. It's going on in fields all over the.
Hey, but the only thing I don't agree with that is like he's speaking just about music, and I think our culture is way more.
I'm gonna go to one more meme first.
Okay, that's the only thing I disagree.
Next time y'all participating in something or y'all doing something right, and y'all say y'all doing it because of the culture, it's part of the culture. Remember this for me. You can't spell culture without cult. You know that, right? Because when you think about a cult, the members don't question anything. They just participate. They just mindlessly just participate in the shit. All they need is a base level of understanding of why they're in the cult and what the cult does, and they just follow everything the cult does. Is that not what most humans do? When you think about stuff like holidays, you think about things like Cinco de Mayo, birthdays, all this different stuff are part of a culture. We're all part of culture, just a mass shared belief that everybody just participates in. When you think about it, there's cults everywhere. In religion, in the music industry, in the TV industry, there's cults everywhere. Even for a celebrity, they'll have a small cult following of a bunch of people that love and worship them. It's like when you really think about it, the world itself is just full of cults everywhere. Next time y'all participating in something or y'all doing something right, and y'all say y'all doing it because of the cult.
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah, so I just dropped two more things there or whatever. This is more about a conversation, not a particular thought I had or anything.
I think that. So my first thought when he was talking is that like him critiquing the culture, but then having the beard with the dreads that's colored at the end. I'm like, seems like you're participating specifically in the culture. But also as he continued to talk though, this is why, you gotta just keep letting people talk. I think that he did make some good points. That I think all of us, if we're being critical enough, you have to admit to, which is that I think that socialization sets up indoctrination. And because of the way that us as humans are socialized is the fact that we are like, whether you want to say, I guess you go what, family, neighborhood, city, state, country, like these are all tribes at each individual level. And we're socialized within each of them as it grows further and further. And I think that.
Can I hop in there? Well, I'm gonna let you finish, but you looked at me, so I'm gonna go.
You said, but
that's all I said. I'll stop. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with a tribal mentality because at one point the tribe was how we survived, and like once we got like it was individual, and once we learned individual skills in order to get to the place where we are. We did have to have a tribal mindset. And I think as people, as just humans, the tribal mindset has benefited us a great deal. And like to tribal then goes to culture. So then like, I think like culture is just a natural like human thing. Like if you get enough humans in a space for long enough, they're going to develop a culture. Now the word cult is looked at negatively, but like I think culture, tribalism, that's something that's like ingrained in our human nature.
Yeah, I agree. But I guess what I was building to with like the idea of indoctrination, like I said, family, neighborhood, city, state, country, is that there is ingrained ideologies of each that are pushed onto you as truth that you then either like most people, and this is where you get into like the sheep and whatever. Like if you blindly accept this, that's like just being a part of a cult. If you choose to accept it, that's different. I don't know if most people choose to accept their indoctrination though. And that's kind of what he was speaking to, in my opinion, is that most people, even if you do or don't choose the thing, they don't actually choose the thing. It's just that this is the cult that you are indoctrinated into on one of these, or if not all of these different levels. And that is something that most humans have to kind of recognize as a truth. And yeah.
But I think, well, I mean, I can understand how at first it's not a choice. But I think like American culture, I think that's something like, look at the FBA movement. I think that's a choice from a group of people to accept American culture. To where like we're not like I think FBA isn't like blindly accepting American culture. I think that's a
but
you talking about blindly or choosing a culture. I think when you go FBA designation, that's you like choosing.
This is now you stepping out of blindly walking into something. But then like all right, so
but even FBA, that's choosing American culture, right?
So remember, what did I say? A lot of people blindly accept something. Some people choose to accept it. That's different. I said that. If you choose to accept something, then you've made an intentional choice. Most people don't do that. So even if you like both align at the same spot. So saying like loving American culture does not necessarily equal bad. Well, what I know pretty much he's saying, or like the conversation and what I'm saying is that if you're indoctrinated and that equals American culture, that can be bad. But if you choose
I agree.
American culture, then hey, that could be good.
I agree. But I'm thinking with like, especially like we're talking about mainstream and even Black folks in this country, the rise of FBA as just a term or just a thing, that is like a signal of there are Black people in this country that are then choosing to identify with American culture. You're not just blindly accepting it when you put like.
My bad. What are we talking about right now? I don't know if I even.
I'm saying when you put FBA on it, you're not only acknowledging your Blackness, but you're also choosing to identify
right now. What do you think is being argued? So maybe I can understand.
Well, I'm not arguing. I'm adding.
All right. So what is your point being made towards?
I think the FBA is moving towards more people starting to choose rather than blindly accept. But the rise of like a FBA culture is people that are now starting to choose American culture because you're identifying with your Blackness and American at the same time.
I don't know. I think that like your brain like you're making my brain hurt. Because I'm trying to understand,
but you don't think like saying like I'm Black and American is me like not like identifying.
Yes, I don't know what that has to do with Tone was talking about.
Yeah. Well, you said most people don't like,
but
true. But I think we're
without like needing to like talk negative about the FBA culture. I don't know how that specifically speaks to the majority of Black people or Americans. To say that there is a movement that I think we all acknowledge that there have been movements that people choose. That's not like you're shoehorning something that has nothing to do with the conversation specifically.
But I think it speaks to the, especially when it
so
comes
Johnny,
to Black
nobody
people.
is saying that nobody's choosing to make their own decisions.
Yeah.
But you said most people are blindly choosing.
All right, so my bad. Do you think that most people? All right, let's go. Most people are most Black people are FBA.
Yes.
No, so you think that they believe inside that they know the ideology and like this is what they're choosing.
You got to look at everything.
If I say yes, you're gonna be pissed off. But like, if I say yes,
no. Just having an honest.
I understand what you're saying. No,
all right.
So no.
Like,
but I think we're moving in that direction to where.
So do you think that more than 30% of Black people know FBA and that whole connotation?
Ooh, if it's over 30%, yeah, I think it's probably 20, at least 20% of Black people.
I personally don't believe that it's like even close to that.
Yeah,
I think that it's like a niche group that is strong.
Don't even know FBA.
Like I've personally, outside of our bubble, I've not met somebody that necessarily. Anytime I brought up, nigga, you are like good friends with a guy that got FBA behind his name. and you said I asked my homeboy that we all grew up with about it, and if that hang out with him.
No, I said, did he mention it?
Did he mention it? Did and he ain't know what the fuck the shit was.
He knew what it was. He just said trade it back. Hey, no, like you.
So he knew FBA.
He know what FBA is. I don't know if he identified with it or not, but like he know what it is. The dude, he definitely know what it is. He just said he didn't mention it because I asked specifically, did he say something about it? That's all I'm saying. You try to pigeonhole my conversations, but like I don't think most people. I think like as far as like what you're saying though, I think there is a movement where there's a rise in people that are choosing American culture. I think like even the Nick Fuentes, American first. That's people choosing American culture.
You're making my brain hurt because I don't even understand what are you arguing. So are you saying that like right now there is...
I don't think most people blindly choose American culture. I think most people are choosing American culture. Like the blindly part is what I'm arguing.
Yeah,
I think most people blindly choose American culture.
All right. So one, I don't know if he was specifically talking about American culture.
Yeah,
like this was white people and black people. But if we want to go into the idea of American culture, patriotism, and Nick Fuentes' majority fan base, I think that they're fucking blindly choosing it. Like these are white Christian nationalists. Like all of these things are majority choices. These aren't anything that goes against anything. Like you're going with the racist majority with the religion that you grew up in, and nothing denotes anything different.
I see what you're saying there. As far as it's not a like if you're white and a Christian, it's not necessarily a choice because I get what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying like his main group in their ideology speaks to what we all assume of most white people. Like I don't know where you're like saying like, oh look, they're choosing this thing. I think FBA is a good point in the fact that like these are black people that are choosing to represent and wear the American flags and all that shit, right? Like I get that. This is way more of like a choice than a white person being patriotic.
Patriotic. I get what you're saying there. I get, especially when but you agree with me on the FBA.
Yeah, and part really the reason I showed like this in black and I showed it with the white people also is because we got to look at who the progenitors of culture actually are. Like who is the progenitors of culture that we decide and we're following by, and how many of us are brainwashed based off of the culture that we were indoctrinated into. But we kind of getting there. I didn't mean for it to go where it went.
And TBI, that's not even it. And that's why like I tried to preference it because Johnny was making my brain hurt. And like his points just wasn't necessarily aligning. Like said, like for example, Tucker Carlson, it seemed like if that was I can't tell if that was AI or not, but it seemed like that was Tucker Carlson kind of speaking about the FBA movement. And I think that's fire. I think the whites they use the word heritage American. And black people, if they're using FBA and that's riding, I think that's fire. I don't even have like an issue with I don't argue against FBA as the term and like delineation or anything like that. I understand that. I actually agree. It's like all the extra other shit that I'd be like, all right, I'm just not interested inside any of that shit specifically. But like it's not even that. I just think that as it grows, maybe we can possibly say like this is a majority thing. I don't think that's it yet. And I think that the FBA movement is fighting against quote unquote the idea that the majority of black people are not on code and they're just going with whatever they're conditioned and indoctrinated with, and that we need to all quote unquote get on code so that we can progress as a people. Like that's kind of like the framework of the whole thing. Yeah. You said what?
No, that is their thing. Is that?
Yeah.
I get it. What time we at, Tone?
We at 2:15. I'm doing my memes right now. That was a lot. Yeah, Johnny kind of gave me a headache too. I was gonna go somewhere else, but I kind of got lost. I got lost. I was trying to go somewhere else. I was like, I was trying to go somewhere else a little bit, but like,
y'all can go there too. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
It was like Johnny tried to shoe on us. I ain't know. Shout out Big Gift, Goody Mob. That is the gang. I fucks with Goody Mob. Shout out to Atlanta.
Yeah.
We lost, but y'all gave us a
we definitely not the progenitors of our own culture at this point now. Like I like what he was saying too, as far as like it used to be fun like in the 90s and the 2000s, but we ain't been in charge of our culture in a long time now. At this point, like as far
at least
as
the music or the movies,
not even the music.
But do you think? But do you think that's all our culture is? Is just the music? Just because we don't control the music, does that define our culture?
No, I don't think that's all our culture is. And the ironic part about it is I've seen a couple of movies this year where I was like, I like that because they actually captured the thing that is us.
The culture, like Sinners. I think they did a good job.
Watch Sinners yet,
I think they did a good job of capturing the culture.
It was a haunted house movie. They had put the blackening on. I don't know if y'all seen that on Netflix.
I ain't seen that one.
It was supposed to be like a scary movie, but it was funny.
Like a parody or something.
It wasn't even a parody. It was supposed to be a good black. Like you could tell this was made by black people though when you watch the movie. Like as you're watching the movie, you can see
the blackening.
That's us right there.
Like one of my favorite horror movies, The Happening. So it sounds like a parody off of the
Is
Happening.
it based off a game? They had a game that they went in the basement and
it was like a virus. The Happening was about like a little virus. I gotta check the blackening out though.
TBI said we do control our culture. I don't know, but what do y'all think? Do y'all think we control our culture?
If our culture is more than music, of course.
What do you mean by that?
But like, if our culture is just music, we don't control the music that we make. So
I don't think
no. If you said if it's more than music, we do. What do you mean by that?
But like, I think their black culture is more than just the music. I
understand that you think that is more than it. What do you think that black people control that is more than the music? So then I can understand.
Like our communities, like there's black people that's in city councils and like the local.
So right now, would you say that black people have control of the majority of the black communities, or
we have way more influence in local government
are they complaining about gentrification?
I think we have way more control and ability to affect local government than we do music at this point.
I wasn't even trying to bring it.
We have way more control
over local government. You can get into city council. You can get into these places and affect your local versus the music. And I think that controls culture more than.
All right. So you think local government controls the culture?
I think if you're able to get in local,
I mean we don't. So I would kind of agree with that.
I don't understand what. Where are you spinning to right now? So I can maybe.
Well, nigga, you said like you asked me. I said I don't believe that our culture is just the music, and then you asked me.
Right. All I asked was, what other things do you think would constitute our culture? I would not have ever thought that you'd have said local government. Well, like most people like to say food, language, like a bunch of these other things. And then you made a comparison of like
answers.
Local government versus the music.
You asked me a question, I gave a bad answer. But like food, language, those are better examples of. But I think,
I think TBI just literally said exactly what I just said.
Clothing, language, food, music, art, etc.
Yeah.
Okay,
local government, like, because you tried to make
it was
like,
a bad answer. Like, let's move on. It was a bad answer.
All right, my bad.
It was a bad answer.
I'm
local, like, all right, I get it. It was a bad answer.
I'm off.
Do we really have a separate culture now? I don't even like. Do we actually have a separate culture that much now? Though, I do.
In comparison to like a dominant society,
I think we still have a culture. Like I think we'll always have one, but I don't know if it's as prominent as it once was. Like where it's like stuff is blended so much now you can't even tell anymore.
But is there a difference between black culture and American culture then?
Or are we
wrapped into American culture?
Yeah, I've been seeing it. I think it's kind of.
I think it's still different.
Combined.
I think that you can tell what it's.
So what would be the difference?
The sauce. I don't know. Like, give me the what in what medium? So then I can give you an answer.
Like any of them.
Give me an example of a median.
Culturally.
All right, culture is really encompassing. So now give me a median and then say it again.
Food, politics.
I think let's start food. So then food. I think that we understand like the difference between seasoning, the different textures of the food. Again, like even how it's prepared and the dishes.
But white people can put some seasoning.
Nobody said that seasoning by itself. What we're saying is that there's a difference in how it's prepared.
In the coast. Okay.
Like I think that most people would say like even Southern black fried chicken compared to white fried chicken. And then let's not get into potato salad, macaroni and cheese. Let's go. Like we can go down the list of all the things. Nigga, have you seen the white people crab boils? All right, but we can keep.
They don't do crab boils.
It look different.
Yeah, they do.
It look different, my boy.
Yuck.
But give me another one.
Politics.
Like shit. Hell, to be honest, when you do that, all we do is critique a lot of black participation in what the majority do in black politics, which ends up leaning Democrat wise, which ends up leaning into a lot of like detrimental, like what a lot of us might deem.
But is
as
that
detrimental
separate
policy.
than America? How's that? Like, how's us voting Democrat separate than American culture?
I like
I think white people participate in the political process.
TBI
When a
said
majority of your group participates on one side, I think that a hyper minority should I say.
TBI said something I believe anyway. He said we have the dominant world culture. People mimic us. I do believe that. I think that like the reason it's been blending more so is because more of the world has adopted into.
I don't even know if they blended like I pretty much agree. Like if you look at what's the shit that Asians be doing?
Oh, talking about the dancing,
breakdancing, K-pop.
That's just black culture.
It is.
It's just them doing like that. Black shit,
and they just don't do it as good. It's still something.
They close though. They
are
not close. No.
They're missing the swag. That's it.
They
do it exactly right.
Out of all of the other groups, Asians get the shit.
They be killing it. It's just
Asians
without
like what's the better group than the Asians outside of just being black?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know.
Now, come on.
Give me some mariachi bands. I know they can get close. Like
I ain't heard one mariachi band that sound close to some of them Asians getting that
and
shit
they be
off.
killing it. And it's just like they got everything except for the swag. Like they figure they know how to.
You seen the
execute it
Asians
perfectly.
break dance? They be getting it
just
too.
none of
you know the
extra stuff
Jabberwockies
with
is Asians. Y'all was talking about the Jabberwockies the other day. Now niggas don't like the Jabberwockies.
Hey, I be watching though, bro. They be getting
it. Yeah. What do you say?
They almost got it, just missing the soul. That's exactly it. I be watching
SOUL, not SEOUL.
If they
It's
had
a difference.
Yeah.
I do like the soul food. Like what's the wing?
You talking about the little kitchen, the little Korean fried?
Hey, Korean fried chicken ain't bad.
Hey, you get that little sweet
chicken.
that little sweet, that little sweet and sour. Be busted.
It ain't got the soul. They do got the soul though.
CO. That's CO. CO. That's not
close, but not it.
CO.
They
gotta eat it.
CO. CO. Hey, soul.
Yeah, they be killing it otherwise. Though. They rapping out. The British people, they done took on all the culture here from America.
You said the British?
Yeah.
Well, we took all our culture from them anyway.
They taking all the black acting jobs and everything. That's why.
Oh, he going in the tether territory. Oh shit.
Oh man.
Let him go.
No.
Go.
All right. Yeah. What else we got?
Shoot, I'm out, man.
Okay.
Yeah, we at 2:22. I don't know what y'all want to do.
Oh yeah, it sounds like we wrapping it. I don't know if there's any other comments we want to hit.
David DTG, DT6, whatever. Yep, this is my soul tribe, chaos, fun, laid back, and ignorant.
Oh no, listen, tap in with us. This is where we at right here.
Tap in. This is all we do on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays. If you want to get even more ignorant, we got Wednesdays. And if you want to kind of like be like a little bit more mature. Tap on Sunday. Well, Saturdays. Yeah, they more mature. Who you talking to?
That's actually crazy that they're the most mature out of the three.
Yeah.
They're the most mature.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, but with that said, we appreciate the call-ins.
Appreciate
everybody that's tapped into the chat. Came in late. You missed the call, and listen, they putting their bid in for call-ins of the year. I think Steve and Ron Dewan.
Ron up there. I ain't heard from Ron in a minute, but he popped up.
Hey, but Ron turned the camera on.
Conversations today, bro.
Ron turned the camera on.
He turned. Hey, look,
we got to get a bonus points to the camera.
Yeah, look, call in of the year. If you turn your camera on, you get extra points.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
Extra points for the camera on.
It just is what it is.
Steve.
But Steve said he's gonna pull up to the live show. So
hey, shout out.
You ain't gotta turn your camera on when you pull up.
Yeah, if you pulling up, fuck that camera. Yeah, pull up in person. But like I said, man, we appreciate the live chat. Appreciate everybody tapping in. If y'all catch this later, leave a comment below. hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Like Q said, we'll be back here Wednesday 9:30, Saturday 8:30. You can catch us here Sunday 6-ish. 6-ish. Tap in on all social media at the To Be Fair
Not like
Show.
hurricane-ish.
No, not the you. Not the you. But
that was Zion.
I was about to say that sign he threw up there with it.
I seen somebody do this and
Johnny,
he did that.
He had the horns up with it and shit.
Johnny is from South Carolina. Do you like guns and big women?
I like guns.
What about big women?
Okay, let's get on. Let's move on. Let's move on. It's at the To Be Fair Show. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I am your host, Johnny P. And we out.
Oh, yeah, Red. Damn, you didn't even let me get my shit off. Q.
And we out.
And we out.